And hello, everybody. Happy Saturday.
Yeah.
We are Hard Knock Dice. My name is Jonesy, your dungeon master for the evening, and these beautiful people over here are your heroes for the evening.
That's
and my
us.
best friends. It is you. It is you all. Did I already say we're Hard Knock Dice? Yeah, and these are heroes for the evening, and they're my best friends. That's the tagline.
Yeah.
Whew, Jesus. All right, there was a laugh had before, and I'm still trying to catch my breath from it. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today we're going to be running across Eberron with these beautiful heroes known as the Shining Vanguard. But before we get into all of that, a couple of announcements for us. First and foremost, Extra Life is back, and we're raising money with Extra Life. So
Hit the button.
Yeah, I'm hitting the button. There you go, right there. No
And
need to
what?
do exclamation mark charity anymore. I got a fucking button for it now. So
yeah.
I can
Spam it.
spam that link right
Check 'em
there.
out.
You can do one of two things. You
Look
can
at the
go
button.
click on that link right there and go donate, or you can just scroll right down on the Twitch page itself and donate from right here without navigating anywhere else, and you can still listen to our beautiful voices. So do one of those two things. Open your heart wallets, be lawful kind, something like that, and then go be a hero IRL. And second thing, our man of mystery, our very own Mr. Crowley, who is frame is vacant at the moment, but he will be here shortly, had a birthday over the past week, so happy birthday to him. I'll make sure to remind him when he hops in, as is tradition here on the Hard Knock of Dice, just Hard Knock Dice. He is going to be granted a birthday 20. So this birthday 20 we treat as a sacred thing around here, which is an automatic success plus sub. So happy birthday to our very own Mr. Crowley / Matt. Okay, anything else? Is that everything? I think it's everything. Cool. In that case, dude, I dusted today on the day that we're streaming. Like, that was a really bad call because now my sinus has been acting up since I did it. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Last we left off, our heroes, the Shining Vanguard, set upon the island of Tuki Tuki, where Milo's parents are, to save them from some unknown danger. In doing so, they set up traps for this would-be assailant and who did not take the bait. And they also spoke to an ancient dragon turtle underneath the island of Tuki Tuki. However, this assailant, which they come to find out was not necessarily someone so adjacent, but definitely related to the past of the Shining Vanguard. One Lady Tavin of the House Tavin, mother of the assassin they killed way back in Sharn so many moons ago. After she revealed this and Pip asked her the question, would she stop? Actually, much in the same vein of her daughter. Their last moments, very similar in that. And Gandalin asking Thora Tavin so long ago in Sharn in that abandoned church, would she stop? And with an insight check, he saw that she wouldn't. Pip saw very much the same look on her mother's face and then quickly dispatched of her. Funeral rites were held for Lady Tavin atop the island of Tuki Tuki, but the threat, gone now. Now we sit in completely everything's fine. After Milo was killed, Kaushik sacrificed her life, no biggie, to save his. Quite literally, she used a life turner, an artifact, which sacrificed herself in order to save her best friend. Fight ended, and now the next morning, Crowley set up a resurrection ritual in which spirits and ghosts now fly around the room. Kaushik seeing maybe an old friend in that realm beyond in the form of Dario, the vampire, that was, I don't know what to call Dario. An interest. I'm not even going to call it a romantic interest. I'm just going to say an interest, a friend. However, when that resurrection was nearly complete, we paused in frozen time. Except for our good friend Artyom here, who looked around him and saw the island wreathed in purple fire. Looking at things all around you, In this liminal space here, Artyom, you can just see the energies of things, it seems. And then looking across from you, you saw him, the corruptor. A creature of unimaginable power standing across from you. Your friends seeming nonetheless keyed in as to what's happening right in front of you, somewhat frozen in space-time. Durn's presence here, or maybe Durn's presence here seems to add this purple fire to certain things, but in looking at your friends, you also see their energies as well. You look to, well, you tell me actually. What do you look to first in this area?
I'd probably look to Kashik if they're in the middle of them being resurrected to see if there is energy about her. If the spell is finished, if she is going to be okay, if there's anything there or not, if this is being interrupted.
Give me a quick perception check.
Dirty 20.
The dirty 20, you are in a unique space where the resurrection is being completed. You're like a fraction of a second off. You don't think it can be interrupted, but it is the second that the resurrection is happening right in front of you. You look at Kashik and there are energies there. The same necrotic shroud that you detected in Dawn V hangs around her now, swirling impossibly deep shadow with a golden light circling the outer perimeter, but unable to escape with the gravitational lensing of a black hole.
Okay.
You look over to Gandalin. Gandalin has a black thorn crown upon his head, with black thorned vines running up and down his forearms. Sand leaks from his chest like a broken hourglass, and underneath all of that, hunter green and the muted white of a Carnathi winter blossom swirl softly. You look at your friend Azur. White hot slow motion lightning crackles and moves across his eyes and through the tattoo-like pigmentations on his skin, rushing white energy at his back as if the winds themselves were trying to propel him forward. You look at Pip. Cold, silvery white drips from her hands like a viscous liquid. She constantly shifts in hue depending on where you look at her, and you see cracks in her flesh that look like they're shifting as well. But when you look closer, they're simply repairing themselves over and over. You see your friend Milo. Lavender strings stretch from him in every angle. Some just hang loose, but some remain taut. Iron gray chains jut from his chest and anchor him to the ground, and at the center of being pulled apart, a golden yellow spark resides within. You see your friend Crowley. A dichotomous nature. One half just shy of true nothingness, alien and unknowable. The other, a dark, complex, but sympathetic blue, with dead gray mists hanging around like a storm that will never ease. Looking down at yourself, a teal flowing energy suffuses your flesh, with the exception of your hands, your lips, your cheeks, your forehead. From these places, a warm orange glow. Dern looks at you, an alien and uncomfortable look, like he's studying you and infinitely infatuated with what's happening in front of him. That feeling of your flesh just being clay for his to mold, very apparent in this space as well. You are in love. As he looks you over.
So I feel like Artyom's kind of immediate reaction would be to throw something along the lines of, this guy's going to try and like toss in some sort of like spirit link kind of seed thing and maybe hit Koshik's resurrection with some sort of weird linking like Crowley would have. And so his kind of response would be just kind of get up and put his body between him and Koshik. But does just is if this is all happening in a very quick instance, would he say that before Artyom would make it like kind of I guess across the room? I mean, I know it's not a very big room.
Yeah, I think so. And welcome in, Matt. I'm gonna fix our cameras really quickly because they just did a little shuffle.
Holy, it's huge.
We did a little shuffle there. No worries.
He's huge. I'm gone. I disappeared.
You did disappear, and I'm worried that no, I think I may have to remove you and bring you back.
That stealth check goes brazy. That's
This Artyom is all happening in the matter of moments. This is your initial what the fuck is happening? I'm looking around, and then you find the corruptor's eyes looking at you, and he says, so you're in love.
Does he is there any type of perception in the way could I insight check him? Is it I guess what I'm trying to find out 17 total is he saying it in like a oh I now know something to use against you kind of way, or is it just in like a legitimate I don't understand this and this is a curious observation?
What did you get? What's your total again?
17.
On a 17, you are looking at him, and what's interesting is there's a bit of relief on his face, you think. As in, maybe because of this, you'll be more understanding as to what has to happen.
Yeah. Artyom will just stop and I guess his sort of like mid dart will kind of falter and he'll take a couple of steps to interpose himself between him and Koshik wherever that is happening.
Artyom, you go to move and you realize that your muscles and your bones and your tendons are not your own in this space.
Okay, so do I not move or do I like flow out of my body?
You tell yourself to move. Your brain tells your muscles to move. And you're locked in.
Am I allowed to speak?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just completely flatly, just.
It wasn't a question. I can see it on you. In you. The glands that secrete chemical compounds that slide in between your gray matter, sending electrical fires down into the muscle groups that you do not control. As he explains this, Artyom, the words that he says, you feel it happening in you. You feel the glands associated with those types of feelings. You see the chemicals sliding in between lobes of your brain, sending electrical signals down into your body. But it's different. It's not like when you see Eris, because there's no subject for it. It's hollow. It's everything physical there is about love. But there is clearly something missing.
I don't think you know the meaning of the word.
Perhaps. I think you are correct, actually. I think there is something inexplicable about it. It feels empty, doesn't it?
What you just did feels empty, but nothing about love is empty.
I agree with you. We are in agreement as to what it is. It seems that it was something that came forth with this universe. Something that even I do not completely understand.
Okay. What do you want?
You've placed yourself in a position of getting in between me and what I love.
What do you love?
Make an insight check.
Oh, shit. Better. 23.
23. Very good. On a 23, I think that RTM sees Dern, even in this space, is alien. The way he moves is alien. The way his eyes can sort of be in different places at the same time is unsettling. But you see that his eyes, briefly, with a 23, glance over the lavender strings that pull Milo in different directions.
You, involved with his puppet masters or whoever he's been working with?
Yes.
So we're in between these string creatures and your love for them.
You're attempting to maneuver yourself to be in the way of that.
I don't know what I'm getting in the middle of.
You're attempting to stop something from ending. And I am here to tell you that all things must end.
Sure. I mean, sometimes parties peter out, but you never want them to. And I want this one to keep on kicking for a long time.
Tell me, what would you do? Something came in between you. And he looks down at your hands. They glow, that sort of flickering orange warm light. Something gets in between you and what you love. No. Tell me what you wouldn't do.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you and say that I wouldn't do anything. I mean, I don't feel like anyone can really know until they're put into that position, but it doesn't change the way the world works or the people living in it not wanting to give their lives up to madness.
Most of them remain unaware. The majority of them will not be able to stop what comes.
So again, I ask,
No, go ahead.
Are you here to parlay? Are you here to ask for us to move out of the way while you do what?
Parlay. Demand. Order. Whatever vernacular that makes you step aside. quit on this path that you are on.
I'm kind of get my fingers in a few different pies right now. You're going to have to be more specific.
Roll an intelligence saving throw.
Shit. 17.
17.
Maybe. Probably not against this guy's probably not good enough.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure that's a success.
Oh wait, no, I forgot. I got proficiency in this. So, that is 23.
Okay. All right.
Still fails.
It does.
Fuck! I was joking.
Brings it home. For those of you who may not have been with us for a super long time and do not know what the Corruptor is, we're talking about beings of eldritch horror, and there's going to be a lot of body horror in things that happen from this point on. If this is not something for you, feel free to mute or go on, but just full disclosure. I'll give you a moment to click away. Artyom. On a failed save here, your forehead flowers open and splinters open into 4 different, as if it was being peeled in different directions. Eyes grow within your brain and look into it, and you know yourself to be a liar. Whereas most people would be instantly dropped to 0 hit points, your choice of being a Kalashtar here and saving yourself from psychic damage, you will simply drop to half of your current hit points.
Ow. All right. Well, I've got to at least got that short rest in. Hey. Okay, so you're not the one for wit.
Do you think I am here to joke? To make light of a situation of which I am taking quite seriously?
Evidently not. What do you love?
The subject of my love is beyond your understanding. Suffices to say that I am in love and will do what it takes to ensure they walk this planet once more.
So you're trying to bring an entity back to this planet, to the material plane.
I am telling you what will happen.
Go tell me all the details of what will happen.
You feel those eyes dig deeper, closer to the center of your brain. You'll lose another half of your current hit points.
Out. If you're going to keep doing that, I don't know what you want from me. Do you want me to just ride off into the sunset and let the world end around me?
Exactly what I want you to do. Enjoy your last moments with the one that you love.
You already are in my brain. I can either lie to you or say no, and you can just kill me. What is the purpose of having this conversation if you're not going to try to persuade me otherwise?
I'm attempting to give you a chance here. I am attempting to give love a chance here.
What makes your love better than mine?
Nothing, I suppose. Maybe it is the sense that they are equal. But you and I are not. The difference is I can make it happen. I'm giving you a chance. Ride off into your sunset. Very well. It's been a while since I've had a new plaything. I grow bored of Exilus. Purple fire streaks from his face as if a tear would drop. He plucks it from his cheek. It wriggles in his hands like a worm. And he drops it into the center of the black hole that is Kaushik's energy. Until we see each other again. The ritual completes and we are back onto the island of Tuki Tuki.
A horrible dream of stuff that never happened.
Totally.
What did you do to me, Artyom?
I didn't do anything. What is the full title of this creature?
During the Corruptor.
During the Corruptor.
Dyrrn.
Darn. The first big bad name we heard in this campaign. We heard it back at what, level 8? Maybe level 7. That was a while ago.
It's been a while.
I think I've actually got it in my notes from all the way back then. Scroll.
Unfortunately, my beautiful friends, the horror is not over for this day.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be, though.
You're back on the island of Tuki Tuki. Crowley, your ritual is successful. Also, happy birthday, Matt. Welcome in. You have your birthday toy, as always. Happy birthday. Yeah, take a break from horror really quickly. Happy birthday.
Happy
birthday. Let's get some nat 20s in chat for Crowley's birthday. I'll spam them on my button. Yay.
But they're not natural 20.
From this stream to you, we hope you have a good birthday because we all love you. Yay!
My age is not a natural 20, no, but you know, it's still appreciated.
Them double nat 20s. Let's go.
God
That's
damn.
success, Matt. So there you go.
The ritual is a success. Artyom, you come back, same hit points. You feel your forehead. It is intact at the moment. Kaushik, you come back to life with 5 levels of exhaustion. And at this very moment, what are you looking crazy for? That's what happens when you die.
That's a lot of exhaustion.
It's a lot of exhaustion.
Very tired. Dying is exhausting.
I don't know. I felt very refreshed after,
Artyom's gonna, snap forward, kind of from, I guess, not being held motionless any longer, and kind of spit to Milo. Milo, cast detect magic on Kaushik right now. Darn, the corruptor was just here and put something in her brain, or in her soul.
Milo's probably mid-whiplash because, seeing her move, he was getting ready to just probably very uncomfortably for her, pull her into a violent embrace, and then just, gears having to change direction rapidly and...
What? Yes, what? Who?
Now!
He's while he's asking, he's, getting everything...
Can you not just cast detect magic? Do you have it prepared?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Oh,
wait,
okay.
I think. Let me.
You check that. That's your first reaction there, Artyom. Really quickly, everybody except Crowley, I want you to tell me what your current surface thoughts are. Artyom immediately blurts this out after the ritual completes. So surface thoughts from everybody but Crowley.
Huh. First question, to help kind of determine this, is there any visual indicator of Artyom's level of injury? Does he have blood leaking out of his nose or his ears or anything?
Give me a quick perception check.
I probably don't look good. I just took 90 points of damage.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I just want to know if there's visual.
But he said you came back with your full HP, right?
No.
Same
Oh, I
HP
thought you
he
said
had.
that.
Came back with his forehead still intact.
Oh,
28.
okay, here.
With a 28, you can very clearly see that there are lines, like blood lines in RTM's eyes, tracing their way from like towards the irises.
Like
he has
almost
just suffered,
burst capillaries,
like
kind of deal.
suffered severe head trauma.
Yes,
I don't think
I do have.
Ganwin knows what that means, but
Gandalf's experienced it. He definitely knows what he looked like
that man
after
got
the fact.
bonked in the noggin.
Training in the Karnathi military will do that. So, surface thoughts from everybody in this moment.
My surface thoughts are,
Not
God,
you,
I'm
Kashi,
exhausted.
sorry.
Oh.
Before or after RTM mentioned the corruptor?
RTM, that is the first thing you hear after the ritual completes. RTM, like in just an instant after it completes, RTM blurts that out, like
Full on madman on the street.
Right,
Shouting
that's what I
in
was
the
saying
room.
is what, because if Milo knows who the corruptor is, he's probably trying to like fill his thoughts with babble. But if you're talking about before that, or if he doesn't know who the corruptor is, either one.
You've probably seen
You
this
do.
in
You
one of
know.
the timelines, right?
We've talked
Well,
about
that's
them.
why I was asking the DM. I don't know what all Milo knows, so I have to ask.
Well, you definitely know about him in the context of previously, because one, Gandalf heard a conversation that included during the corruptor, or at least was about him amongst some of the more powerful Delkir, and Milo would have been keyed into that. You know that he is. Think of Darren as like an old god.
Bad shit.
If he had the opportunity, he would be filling his mind with meaningless babble. If he did not have the opportunity, it is probably just great relief and joy that Kashik was alive.
Okay. Dana and Pip is her.
Ganwin's probably immediate thoughts are he's hearing during the corruptor was just here, he just did something, seeing that clearly he is more injured than he was literally that same moment. I mean, these like pocket dimension things are not something he's familiar with. So that is just he knows who he is. So it's probably just that relaying of that information of what we know about the corruptor, of like he caused the thing with oh god, I forgot her name. I feel so bad because I killed her. The green dragon in her little pocket dimension. Knowing that he has something that he had something to do with the deal with the Daughters of Sorkel, because some creature from Zoriac came and killed them, and basically bad shit fight and is actively reaching weapons. Like that's what he does. Like that is base instinct.
Okay. Pippin is her.
Would be familiar with him from the plane of air, right? So she's like immediately gonna be just like on edge and like on high alert, just kind of like stepping back from the group so there's nobody to her left and right, and just like scanning like what the hell is going on.
Okay. What are Azur's first thoughts?
Probably again going back to the plane of air. Anger as he's reaching for his crossbow, pretty much assuming that his birth father is dead. So he's like, vile anger as he's reaching for his crossbow.
Okay. I see Brittany in chat. Do not see her here, so she will have to witness through the chat that those are everybody's first thoughts and first instincts. And the reason she does not hear Crowley's thoughts is because of the ring on his hands. She can hear everybody's surface thoughts all at once. With that, just to, yes, you can hear them. So we got a text-based chat going, a text-based D&D game going on now.
If she has Archon's surface thoughts, it's probably that we might have to bash her brains in and bring her back again to undo whatever was done.
Okay. Okay.
We need to scrape the little purple fire off of her soul. Like, we need a little soul scalpel and just kind of...
Well, that's what we're checking with
soul
magic
scrubby?
first.
Soul
Like,
Yeah.
So Milo is casting detect magic using a spell slot, I assume. So it's quick, like.
Yeah, just as soon as he recovers from the whiplash, and then the next time he opens his eyes, they're just like gleaming lavender as he casts magic.
His eyes gleaming lavender. You look around the room. All of your friends shining in all of their magical glory with all their items. Looking at Kaushik. Give me let's call it an investigation check.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. You're looking at Kaushik and you see, well, for one, you see like a necrotic shroud around her shoulders. Looks in some way incomplete though. And then that's about what you see as far as her like magical aura goes. And then just sort of simultaneously detecting both with your spell as well as just looking her over, you see that what's a good way to put this? Her skin looks loose.
Her skin looks loose.
Yeah. Almost as if she's aged in front of you, but not in the way that Earth would or Eberron would age you. Instead of hanging towards the ground, it is like, instead of her skin settling down, instead it goes back, like it's weighing heavy across her skull.
So we're re-entering the realm of Milo is just smarter and knows more than I do. Does this mean anything to Milo?
Does it mean anything to Milo that your friend's skin looks like it may fall off in the next few seconds? I would say so.
I just say that's gross.
I didn't know, like, I get a knowledge arcana check to see if he could get some insight as to what the fuck that means.
We're just going off your investigation check. Something has changed with Kaushik physically.
Oh, and sorry, last question about that. Is that only something he's seeing with the detect magic active, or is that something he was able to detect prior?
So you had your detect magic going on. You saw the necrotic shroud, and just getting a closer look at her, that's when you noticed her skin.
But it's not like veiled or anything, right?
Oh no, absolutely not. And as soon as your friends maybe get closer to this, if they decide to do so, we'll start to see the same thing.
He will investigate the necrotic shroud specifically further then and vocalize,
Something's wrong. There's a strange magic on her.
he's like kind of snapping into business mode.
Sure.
Artyom, what do you mean Dern was here? Like, Gano is like swiveling.
He was here. He said that he loved whoever or the people that's been pulling Milo's strings, and that he was going to do whatever he needed to do to get them back to this place. And then he took a piece of flame out of his eye, or like it was a tear, and placed it inside of Kaushik as she was coming to. Or as her soul was being reinfused with their material form.
Oh,
Koshik, can you hear us?
Koshik, you hear them before they're even talking. You hear the words come out before they even use their mouths. And I'd like to say, what is Koshik's first thoughts?
I was gonna say, I feel like when you are first, you're not awake yet, but when you're first waking up from being asleep and you're not sure like what's real and what's not, so you're just like shook. I don't think Kaushik is gonna say anything because I feel like with being able to hear everybody's thoughts before they're actually speaking and all that kind of stuff, and 5 levels of exhaustion, just being dead, like knowing that she was just dead because she knew what she did before. She's just gonna remain in a state of shook. So.
What do you think Koshik's first thoughts would be as they're talking about this stuff and you're hearing their thoughts?
I think she would think that, like, I don't know, like, this can't be real. Like, I don't think I'm fully awake yet. Yeah.
Koshik's
I don't think I've
thoughts
made it quite back yet.
broadcasted to each and every one of you.
whirl around again. Like, what?
Huh?
Does it seem like a Koshik brand thought? Is it in a
To have her voice.
Yeah.
Yes.
It just sounds kind of different as the way your voice sounds different in your head.
You're talking about my voice sounds exactly the same.
It's just like, it's not a coherent, like a completely coherent thought. Y'all just kind of hear, like, if y'all actually physically hear it, y'all just kind of hear, like, I don't think I'm awake yet.
All right, well, she definitely has psychic abilities.
That's right,
Milo.
context.
A little more information.
DM, a little more
it's gonna-
information.
You're supposed to have the answers. You're the smart one.
Scoop her brain
Milo's
out.
been like looking, like
Milo
magically investigating the shroud. Or
Yeah,
whatever
Milo
you
would explain the shroud to you. RTM, you've seen this back in Don V. You know that Koshik has carried this far longer than whatever is happening at this very moment. That is
Right.
something that Koshik has just had with her ever since you saw it that one time in Don V.
All right. Darn said he is going to turn her into a plaything. He is going, literally said that. This is not good.
Must already have some kind of sway or effect on her. This is not natural to this plane of existence.
referencing the loose, pulled back flesh.
Milo, who is the entity that gave you the lavender abilities? These purple things that you're doing with the fire and all that. Where did you learn
Milo
that from?
He is probably frantically scraping around for the lantern at that point.
I mean, Artyom literally has it attached to him.
It's here.
Is it on?
It's present.
I've never turned it off since I've gotten
Oh,
it.
okay.
Not like it has gas.
Yeah, just to explain the lantern really quickly, that non-detection lasts as long as he remains attuned to it.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like it had to be like lit or anything like
It
that.
is
Okay.
it is literally a floating
It's-
crystal inside of like a lantern housing.
It's always lit, Cody.
And when Artyom's around, it's
It's always lit.
Say, oh, just like our party.
Well, never mind. That being said, he says,
You want the name of it, or
What the? Why the corruptor wants to bang it and bring it back to the world, or whatever order it's in? He's apparently in love with this entity.
dang creature like
He's
that.
in love
Anyway,
with it.
I don't know what it is. It appears and sounds vaguely humanoid, but I don't have a name. I've just referred to it as the entity.
All right. And
Even myself
what is its motivations?
regain its fragments. I gave some explanation to Gandalwin, but to summarize, I can rig the mansion to have the same protective capability as the lantern. That was going to be my next course of action.
Oh, focus.
Right, I'm explaining to you the
Yeah, I don't
very
need
long
that.
story.
Okay, long story can happen right here. Koshik is reading all of our minds anyway, so if
Do
not
you have half of an hour?
or I don't know that. So. Yeah,
Sasha
I've
says,
got all the time in the world. I need to know this information
Okay.
because Koshik just got maybe taken over. We don't even know if she's going to wake up with her full mind or if she'll be a spy for the enemy. We at least know Crowley's entity is someone that's opposed to the corruptor. So he's at least.
What?
So how do we know that it's not listening in through her right now?
We don't. But
Point
I'm sure if it's trying to get information about the person it's bringing back, it already knows who it's trying to bring back. That's the question that I'm asking. Who are
There's
you?
details. If it's communicating back to the entity, there's details I'm going to share that it can't know. If it gets that information back to the entity, it could prove troublesome. We have to secure her psychically first.
Do you want to just go out on the beach, like 100 feet away from her, and have a conversation? This is something
Well, there's information that she would need to know too. We have to.
It can be communicated to her later.
Artyom is going to pick Milo up. Let's have a talk, and start to pull him away from Koshik on the ground. Anyone who wants some answers, please come with me. We are going to go out on the beach on top of Big Homie and have us a chat. While Koshik...
He's just kind of like, this is happening, so he's just being carried like a teddy bear.
Hopefully Koshik... Well, Artyom's not like massively strong, so he just kind of like pulls you to your feet and sort of...
He goes,
and
too
Milo
heavy.
is not massively big.
Well, he went from 18 strength to 10 strength, so... All right.
Milo's currently emaciated, so, you know,
well.
not difficult.
He's never a big dude anyway.
We'll stay behind and keep an eye on Koshik to see if she sees her react to whatever conversation is being had out there. Because,
makes sense.
Like in her, because
we'll get like 60 feet away if that's possible, and chat.
Well, I mean, you know, she can read our minds. We can hear her, so.
To cut down on time, he would summarize basically a slightly more structured version of everything he explained to Gandalf in the hut.
Give me an insight.
That he had been.
Go ahead. Pip, just roll me an insight check while he's explaining this. Go ahead, Cody.
That he was basically forced into servitude after making a deal to save the party during the fight with Idril, and has spent an indeterminate amount of time that Milo perceived as many, many lifetimes in a place called the Void, which is kind of an in-between place between all time and between all space. And he has been trying to kind of sabotage the efforts that the entity has been sending on these missions to recollect the fragments. And that the trying to remember what all we actually went over.
That you couldn't return until such a time as the other yous were coming because you were going to go. So it was and that was when you showed up.
They were going to be there because he was going to be there, and he had to go be there because they were going to be there. So.
All right. So this entity granted you the power to come back and save all of us and stop us from dying. And you.
Well, more specifically, the entity gave me the ability to access and move through the void.
Okay.
As some stuff, preternatural senses, and the ability to affect time or probability seemed to come with it. And the more time I spent in the void, the more abilities I gained, the more control I got over it. Some of it was definitely due to intent on my part, but the scale of it seemed to just grow by saturation of whatever the energy there is.
But you took it upon yourself to make sure that this entity couldn't collect its pieces so that it could be reborn after it seemed
I've been trying, but...
Why?
Been trying... Wait, what do you mean, why? I want to try and stop it, do you not?
I don't know. It seemed to give you a bunch of cool fucking gifts, and you're trying to repay it by shutting it down.
Included in the summary, because it was gone over with Gandalwin, was that this thing is behind Zoriat's recent attack, and if it regains its shards, it will be the doom of everything.
He thinks.
So how
he thinks.
How do you know that it's behind Zoriat? Because I just talked to the Corruptor and said that he is trying to get his love back. That this entity apparently is something that he is romantically involved with, and that he will do anything to get this entity back. So I'm guessing collecting all of its pieces is his goal, and if he has to swarm across all of the material plane to do it, he'll do it, or it'll do it. I mean, seemed kind of masculine.
DM, I cannot remember off the top of my head, and I've got like 5 pages of notes. To save time,
Control F.
What were the details of Milo knowing that this entity kind of was using Zoriat as a tool or something?
You know that there was a relationship there. What you know also is that a shard that was in Zoriat, which Milo freed when he used the crystal in that plane back in the day, that one of the shards was in Zoriat and corrupted by it, is what your assumption has been. Give me a quick insight check there, Milo.
So many insight checks. Oh shit! All right, I think I have like a +1 to that. Yeah, I got a +3. That'll make that a 19.
19. You think that with what our team is telling you now, it seems like the Corruptor has fallen in love with just a piece of this entity's soul. We are going to go back inside really quickly. Kaushik, you hear the entirety of the conversation that is happening, along with the surface thoughts of everybody that is out there currently. You can roll me a deception check really quickly if you wish to hide this information.
I don't think that I want to hide the information. I am not nefarious. So
Are you sure?
Oh,
Lies.
am I now nefarious purposefully with me, my own self? If I feel like myself,
you
then I'm
mentally
not.
feel like your own self for the most part.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hide any information. I guess I'm just gonna kind of stir a bit, and Pip's in there with me.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, I don't know. If I'm sitting here and I can hear like literally everything going on around me, I feel like it's something that would be very overwhelming.
That's fair.
So I guess, Gosh, would just
actually give me an insight check into yourself real quick.
Okay, that's interesting. Insight. Shoop. That is a 28.
28.
Mm-hmm.
That is very good.
Thank you.
It would be. This should be.
Mm-hmm.
Hearing this many voices at one time, the thoughts and sort of the emotions behind them all at the same time, should and would be overwhelming for most people. But sifting through them, organizing them, receiving them, understanding them, not above you right now. It's not
So
out of your
this
reach.
is everyone's thoughts and conversations and stuff I can hear, and I can comprehend them, even though they're all coming in and happening at the same time.
You're very able to very easily organize the information that's coming into your brain right now.
And with that insight check, like, I know that that's wrong and it shouldn't be like that.
Something's different.
I'll try to sit up. I'll try my best to sit up, and if I see Pip,
you go to try to sit up, and it feels odd. You need help.
Okay. Then you'll grab your hands towards Pip. Like,
against her better judgment, she will reach over and help her sit up.
Or can everybody still hear my thoughts too?
Well, you're not sure about the receiving end, but you do know that your thoughts are just.
I mean, because when I'm trying to sit up, if I can't do it myself, I'm gonna think I need help sitting up, and if Pip can hear that before I even have to ask her, then.
You hear Kaushik's voice, Pip, in your head. I need help getting up.
You're broadcasting love. She'll reach over and help her sit up.
Okay.
What the fuck's going on?
We enter a situation, and once again, folks, Corruptor, Body Horror, tune away if you need to. Pip.
All right, see ya. Just kidding.
Go to grab Kaushik's arm, help her up, sit up, and the entirety of her arm and hand, the flesh on it sloughs off.
Jesus Christ.
Wait a minute, I did need to go. Wait a minute, hold on.
The hand left underneath is an alien multi-pronged finger, 4 long fingers of a dead gray purplish skin.
She got a thumb?
Yeah, like these 4 fingers.
Like prehensile? Like,
What does she look like? The Bugman? Nelky?
No, it does not look bug. It's very, very much. Okay. It looks like
Osmosis Jones.
It looks like flesh that has been dried out for too long.
She looks desiccated.
She looks desiccated.
Jerky.
Over the next few moments of this molting process, if you will, Kaushik emerges from her old self. Her skin desiccated, old gray purple. Her head larger and more conical and bulbous on the back, where her eyes would be desiccated white pupils with a slight glow, and sprouting forth from her where her mouth would be writhing dead gray purple tentacles.
I was joking. I was not being serious.
Peel out and around. Kaushik, Brittany, I would like you to please add the Curse of the Undead Aberrant onto your character sheet. For everybody here and our friends at home who know what an Alhoon is an undead mind flayer.
What the fuck?
I was kidding, Alex.
How do I add that to my sheet, please?
I was kidding.
Teach me to learn. What was it again?
Curse. Yeah, you go to your feats and you add it in D&D Beyond, and it is called Cursed of the Undead Aberrant.
Got you. Thank you.
I'm going to tell you what that does for you. I'm also going to show you in chat what you look like currently.
Probably real sexy.
No.
No.
I know, guys. It was a joke. You said under my. How do I add to my feet?
Go to your feet and click Manage Feats.
Go to my feet.
Yep, and it's a homebrew thing. And to let everybody knows what that does, you gain a 120-foot dark vision. You gain a 15-foot innate flying speed. You gain resistance to cold, lightning, psychic, and necrotic energy. You gain
Ooh.
120-foot telepathy, and your intelligence goes up to 19.
Oh,
Her intelligence goes
my
up to 19.
intelligence is 20 already, so
Your intelligence is 20 already?
yeah.
I think your
wisdom is 20 already.
They're both 20. Oh, maybe it's 20 because I went ahead and added the thing. So
That's
yeah.
probably it.
Yeah, now it's okay. It's 20 now.
If you added the feat, then yeah.
Yeah, I added the feat and then I looked over
That's
at it. So that's probably
fucking
what it is. Oh, I'm brilliant.
You have the detect thoughts and disguise self spell at will. You have the dominate monster spell once per day. And you also have access to Mind Flayer's Mind Blast ability.
Shit.
Recharge on a 5 or a 6.
It
Oh
shows
shit, she has a reach. That's fucking crazy.
it shows something as well called dominate monster.
Yep, once per day.
What's that? Do I need to go look at it myself? Well, shut up, Ian.
We can explore what that does a little
yeah.
bit later.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yo, he got some buffs. Let's go.
Are you gonna show me how sexy I am?
I did in the Skype
What's
chat.
in there?
Oh, in the Skype chat. Okay, cool.
Yep.
It's
Oh wait, no, I look cool. Hold on a minute. I like that.
Let me see if I can add really quickly for our friends that that are viewing.
Wait a minute. I don't mind this.
That's so fucking wild.
For our friends that are viewing, let me see if I can add this for you real
I will
quickly.
not be surprised if Pip just knocks me the fuck out.
That is what our friend Kaushik turns into, friends. I'll hide that in here in a second.
Pip just goes, ah! Bah!
Look how cool I am.
That's a good question, though. As
That's so gross.
the new Kaushik is born from herself, what is Pip's reaction, and what is Kaushik's reaction in this very moment?
Oh shit.
Well, I think if Kaushik starts to see her skin sloughing off of her arm, she's gonna pass out. So I don't know. Well, normal Kaushik would pass out, but I guess cool Kaushik won't pass out.
That's what it is. Cool. Okay.
I mean, look at me. I'm cool as hell.
Pip does kill it. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, you gotta make me a new model in Hero.
She's embracing this too much.
I was getting her to be like, do I detect this with detect magic? And I was like, wait, no. That's a 30-foot range. We're 60 feet away now.
But
Fucking
no.
Cthulhu
So
bullshit going on behind me. No idea.
Would we have been outside having this heated conversation and then be like, I need help getting up? Oh fuck!
Oh fuck!
That's a good
oh
point,
yeah,
actually.
are they here?
Yeah.
Are they hearing the broadcast?
We're like, what did we say? We went like 100 feet away. Right?
You said you went 60 feet away.
60.
That's the
my
number
bad.
I based it off of.
Yep.
But
Gotcha.
even if it was 100,
Oh,
it still would have
balls.
worked.
Jesus Christ, that is a
Which is-
large.
What is Pip thinking? Because I know exactly what Pip's thinking. So tell me what you're thinking, Pip.
Surface thoughts. Anything deeper than that requires a save.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Surface thought would just be like, well, fuck, this is banjaxed.
You are still holding Milo RTM by the cuff of his shoulder while he tries to give you the information you can. And you
Oh
just,
yeah, I'm not like bullying him. I'm just like, we got to go right now, and then
Okay,
kind of like
okay.
let him go.
I don't know.
I'm like
RTM's
trying to
kind
take
of a
his
bully
lunch money or
sometimes.
something.
And you all hear creeping into your minds. Crowley, you hear the this user would like to send you a voice message. I don't know how else to flavor your ring because you can allow telepathic messages or not. So I'm just gonna say,
Incoming
like,
call.
you pay
Did they
for
dial
you
flex?
like pay for a service coming out of Sharn that says, Mr. Crowley, you have an incoming call. Would you like to accept the charges?
Did they dial collect?
Yes, it should be free of service.
Okay, we'll take it.
Wonderful. I'll patch her through now. And
Thank you.
everyone hears Kaushik's voice say, I need help getting up. And then I would assume just a bunch of mental screaming after the fact, but that's up to Kaushik and Pip.
Oh yeah, Milo probably immediately once he hears screaming just
Yeah, like what?
scrabbles in the sand trying to gain purchase and head that direction.
Very well. Shiny Vanguard, it's on you. You find yourself in this space. Kaushik, you are still actually, I need to check something really quickly because I told you have 5 levels of exhaustion, but
But the Alhoon doesn't have 500 levels of exhaustion. Though.
Is she technically undead as well?
Yeah, but they're not all undead are immune to exhaustion, funnily enough.
How you get tired when you're dead?
I mean, being dead sounds exhausting.
I
So.
mean,
Yeah, but-
vampires go into their coffins. You know, they need their beauty rest.
I feel like that's just a way to pass time, honestly, on their side. They're just like, forever's a long time, man. You gotta like that. They do that thing that Alistair does. They put in some like hallucinogenic eye drops and just lay in a coffin for a few hours.
Kaushik, what would typically be an exhaustive experience does not seem to weigh heavy on your undead structure. As you look
Let's
down and
go,
see your dead gray
baby.
purple hands and tentacles writhing around where your mouth should be.
Does this
Would be like,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
do you know what's happened to you, love?
Are
What the hell?
where's Audrey and Everett?
They're in the other hut.
Oh, thank
Okay,
God.
cool. All right, awesome.
Sleeping, we hope.
Not
Oh my
anymore.
God.
They just come like, I heard y'all
I mean,
needed
did they
help.
hear
Someone
Kaushik's
needs help
thoughts?
getting up over here. Did someone fall?
Kaushik, honey, what happened?
Your skin used to look so beautiful.
No.
She was just
Milo
complimenting
comes.
her on her complexion before, too.
Milo would come peeling up like,
Kaushik, are you okay? What's wrong? Oh,
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
everything's all.
oh,
What
well,
was that thing?
I'm imagining
Like sling out an arm to like slow him down.
Milo's seen like probably way weirder shit at this point, so he's just like, oh yeah, she's like an undead Illithid now. Are you okay? Like,
No big deal.
What the fuck?
Do I still sound like me,
Breathe.
or do I need
Just
to
breathe.
give myself a new cool accent?
You can do what you will.
Dude,
I think it's going to be too hard for me to
Talk
give myself a new
tentacles.
accent. so I'm just going to
Talk like you have tentacles for a mouth.
do mind
Yeah,
flayers
like
even
maybe
use their
put
mouth?
some marbles in your mouth.
I don't even talk. Amazing.
it's your brain voice, so your
Oh,
brain
that's
voice
why
can
I'm
sound like you.
broadcasting.
Talk around a mouthful of egg noodles.
You don't have a mouth.
Oh, I just have
You have a
wiggles.
beak.
You have a beak.
Oh, like a little squid. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
For eating brains.
Oh.
Milo's
Yes,
checking in
we're
for-
eating.
Oh
no. What should? So you're undead, so you don't have to eat, right? I really hope you don't have an Illithid's diet.
Wonderful.
I'm safe if that's the case. I'm good.
Well, if I'm not exhausted and everyone's
Milo
You-
is in dire
I'm
trouble.
really desperate.
if I'm not exhausted and everyone's in here and looking at me like I'm crazy and very confused, and Pip said, "Do you know what's happened to you, love?" I'm just gonna stand up and be like, "What happened? What's going on?
she
What's
taller
wrong
now?
with me?"
You seem to have undergone some kind of physical adjustment.
Where did my
Breathe.
skin go?
How do you feel?
How do I feel? Should I roll an insight check for how I feel?
or you
Do a
could
body
just
scan.
or you could just narrate it.
Like, how do I feel okay, right? I'm not exhausted, everything. Like, I feel like myself, everything's.
You are not exhausted. All of the
Mhm.
voices that are transmitting for the first time in a long time, these things aren't overwhelming. You can organize them accordingly.
I feel fine. I just. My thumbs. Just sad
Are
face, my
you-
thumbs.
Cognizant of your current visage.
Is there-
Is there a mirror in the hut anyway?
yeah.
I will
Minor illusion.
make my way to the mirror then.
Okay, you can. Oh, all right. Shit.
Oh,
You got this squid head.
It's all right.
oh.
All right.
I'll wiggle my little tentacles. Sad wiggle. Oh. What happened?
The corruptor gave you a gift and said he was going to make you his plaything, right? As the resurrection was ending.
Correction. He's going to make you his new
Oh,
plaything,
me?
Artyom.
Oh.
Yes.
And then,
Oh, he
and
said
then he
he was-
just did that to Kashik, yeah.
He said he was going to make me his new plaything and then did that to you.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm going to check you over to make sure you're healthy as can be,
Probably still
given the
have to have
circumstances. Just, you're all right.
Could you hear her from out on the beach?
Yep.
Could you
Yeah.
hear her? So maybe others can hear her too.
Yep, we are tracking all of that.
Use
One
your
thing at a
inside
time.
thoughts.
I can hear everything too.
That's
Can others
unfortunate.
hear what she hears? Is the bigger question.
Hey, go ask Audrey if she wants to come over and see your new makeover. It's the easiest way you could do this.
What?
I mean, others. Can others hear what Koshik hears?
I would assume so.
I think she's asking if I'm a vessel to the what is he fucking called again?
Damn.
The corruptor.
Darn the
The
corruptor.
corruptor that did this to me.
I wouldn't
Is she like a
imagine he.
speaker?
A what?
I'm
Oh,
a
yeah, I don't know.
walkie-talkie.
I don't know.
A what?
Is she like
A
a communication
The two-way
stone?
crystal.
You mean like a
She has-
sending stone?
Yeah. Is she,
If
is
you
she
have
a
that-
sending stone?
What's up, Cody?
I was gonna say, just for future reference, Kashik, if you have minor illusion, you can use that to replicate speech.
No need. I'm fully embracing my cool ass self.
I'm above lips now. You guys can keep flapping around your stupid.
I can't wait until Dario sees the new content.
Well,
Dario, oh,
You're gonna have to, cause he's dead, and I'm hopefully not gonna be for. Well,
You're dead too.
I'm dead.
yeah,
too.
right now you are dead.
Oh.
You're undead though.
Oh.
Well, Fuckleberries, is there any way to shut down the mental?
Can we tell if this is a physical transformation or if this is linked to her very essence?
Is there a
Same.
fucking like the pile of skin that she sloughed off just in this room?
You know, I was gonna let that just be, considering how gross it was to say
Yeah.
it.
No.
But if Gaten
Nah.
was looking for it, it's there.
You made this bed. You're gonna lie in it, Dungeon Master.
I mean, Koshik's skin is lying in it,
Literally.
not me.
gross.
I mean, was she in
Things
her
you just
armor?
physical, yeah.
So does that mean you get
Ew.
like
Ah!
bits still hanging inside and stuff? Yuck.
Why are you so nasty?
Pip's gonna like walk outside to wherever she and Artyom had like hidden the liquor and just like grab a bottle and like kick up against the wall and take a couple of like
They're gonna-
hearty swigs. Anybody?
If
Anybody?
Gandalf's having a
Yeah, I'll
surface
take a
thought
sip.
of
Daniel's having the surface thought of it's pretty damn physical, like because there's a
Yeah.
pile of your skin on the bed.
if he's thinking about the skin pile, I'm gonna go over to the skin pile and try to wrestle Dario's jacket from. Well, yeah, I guess I'm still wearing it out of the
You're
skin pile.
wearing it.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
Yeah, you're wearing everything that you were.
So gross.
Okay.
Right, there's probably just like old
Stop.
Kosh-
Just stop talking. Stop speaking.
is it very obvious that she is undead?
I think very clearly, physically,
Okay.
yes.
Also, do any of us even actually know what a mind flayer is? Like, how common of knowledge are illithids?
I'll let folks give me an Arcana check or a History check, their choice.
They're aberrations, right?
Hmm?
I very technically have advantage on this roll.
Go for it. Yeah.
Let's go.
8.
Holy shit! I'm not. Yeah, okay, just the -1. This is so
I will
weird.
say
18?
someone wrote
18.
18. Someone gave a blessings of the gods earlier to help someone out, so I'll give someone advantage on this roll. You just have to decide who wants it.
I rolled a 9 for 23. So
Okay,
I have a 35.
35.
there you go.
Fuck you guys.
18.
18. Okay.
18 squad, rise up. I'm 18 with a -1 in it. Fuck you guys.
I'll say that like Azur and Ganowin specifically, because you're hunters, you've only read about mind flayers in old tomes and stuff like that about things to be careful of. So you've studied like some diagrams of what mind flayers are. But you also remember back with descriptions and stuff, like mind flayers have wet mucus like covered skin, and
Don't look
so you're
quite
like,
right.
yes, this is a mind flayer. The tentacle mouth pretty much gives that away, but it's something else is very much like something has obviously gone awry with that transformation. Probably I'll say with your 23 that probably one of your contacts underneath Rote is probably like a mind flayer mob boss type guy who has some tentacles out there, no pun intended, that like controlling some things within Rote itself. And yeah, with a 35, Milo, very clearly aberrational things from Zoriet have their origins traced back to Zoriet. Considering that you have been through time itself, you may have seen the birth of mind flayers.
Oh, gross.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm assuming gross. I don't actually know.
Probably as gross as you're imagining it.
Gross.
We've had 15, so she's probably never even, like, maybe in a childhood, like, campfire tales, but that would be it.
They come and eat your brain.
Milo's present concern is this entirely Brittany, or is there some other entity sharing a cognitive space with her? His only concern is this 100% Kashik?
Give an insight check.
Not Arcana?
No.
He investigating with magic now? Okay.
This is looking into your friend and seeing if she's still there, or all of her is there.
13.
13. You know what? I tell you what. Kashik, give me a persuasion check. DC 20. You hit it, you can give Milo advantage on that insight check.
Easy.
I rolled a nat 1
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, fuck off.
for a total of 10.
Dia, more specifically, what I was asking for was there like and I know detect magic doesn't explicitly state it, but he's trying to figure out if there's a resource he can use to, like, give her a mental X-ray, I guess.
I got detect good and evil.
Yeah, I mean, detect
That
magic.
doesn't specifically look for shared brain space.
Detect magic isn't sort of using that to aid you throughout this insight check, looking at your friends to see if she's still, if this is all her, or if this is some other entity sharing a space with her. You're not exactly sure, unfortunately. Her entire physical appearance has changed, and right now the headspace that Kashik is in isn't very conducive to easing those fears for you.
Hey. Kashik, do you feel fully in control of yourself right now?
I mean, yes. I feel just like myself.
That's a great start.
Why are you talking to me like that?
Because you're an
Because on the
squid head. thing.
well,
You-
less that and more I'm wanting to make sure that you are not playing host to something else also there with you. The transformation's a bit of a shock, yes, but if that is the extent of it for the present time, we're good. As can be.
It's still me, Milo. It's
Okay.
just me.
Milo's doing the exact same thing that Cody's doing right now. He is like mentally going through his spell book, like, what can I do to like check? If anyone else wants to jump in.
I'm looking at things real quick. Making sure I don't have any weird, like, blood hunter features. And do stuff. Doesn't look like it.
Oh.
I can't remember. Is Crowley's your ring of mind shielding party knowledge or not? I can't remember if it's ever been brought up.
I don't think it's ever been really brought up. Just that people have trouble getting a hold of Crowley sometimes.
All right.
I don't think it has. Think about it.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I didn't think so either. I couldn't recall if it had been mentioned when we first started using telepathic bond. If a conversation had to have been had about anything along those lines. Anyway.
I let it slide, brother.
Well, in that case, any ideas on how to stop the broadcast then? Or like, is there any way to, I don't know, block that telepathic communication going both ways, or?
Impossible. No, I'm kidding. We would need some equipment to do so.
Okay,
Not
like
readily
what?
available. Any kind of item of mind shielding would preferably
Points
help.
at Milo. Like,
Yeah, the
that
artificer.
sounds like something you
Yeah.
can make.
Yeah, Milo, is that something you can make?
Yeah, Milo, is that something you can make?
I don't know, DM. Is that something Milo can make?
Oh, I mean, does your class features allow you to do it?
I mean,
Fucked up.
he's not an
While
artificer.
he's looking that up, Pippa's over there, like standing in front of Kaushik, like seeing if she can like transform into like mirror her. She's standing in front of her like a mirror, trying to like see if she can make herself look like Kaushik, and probably getting it drastically wrong because this is new and weird. But
Humanoid.
Yeah, it is.
Kind
It's
In
an
shape.
aberration technically.
I mean, like humanoid in shape.
Yeah,
like
humanoid
it is,
in
you know,
shape.
2 arms, 2 legs,
Let's see what do we want to make this? I'll make it a check.
bipedal.
Give me a let's call it an insight or a perception check, your choice.
In the meantime, Kaushik is just mourning the loss of her thumbs.
Kaushik's priorities are wild.
it'd be an 18.
You get pretty close.
Missing a tentacle. Your form has thumbs.
Yeah, I keep having thumbs. I don't know.
You get the face where like mostly everything right except for the tentacles around the mouth are like little baby tentacles. So you look like a baby octopus.
Or like what are the little
Just
a
really have
little
like
guy.
control over them.
Yeah, basically what I'm proposing is like not a ring of mind shielding, but like a fucking ring of mind blocking. Like I want to reverse. This is my thought. Is something that it's like, yeah, you cannot telepathically, like something that would limit her own
Inverted
telepathic abilities. Yeah, inverted, like it prevents her from broadcasting and receiving rather than allowing you to block out people like coming in. Kasha gonna have to learn sign language.
I still think that would be a ring of mind shielding. And if you wanted to go that route, or an item of mind shielding, and if you wanted to go that route, then Kaushik, I'm not going to rob Kaushik of the ability to speak. She would still speak. It would just be through a kind of muffled and through a beak in her yeah.
I would say we're just gonna get Kashka a little whiteboard, and she'll just.
Yeah. So, Shiny Vanguard, you have been granted with this new information. I need to know your next course, and what are we doing here?
I feel like if anything else, this kind of kind of continues to prove the point that we can't sit around for too long because shit keeps going wrong.
Yeah. And I don't think I can bring you back with a reincarnation spell, Kaushik. You are an undead creature.
Oh, that's terrible.
What?
I don't know if it would work the same.
I don't feel undead.
You sure as shit look undead.
I feel exactly the
Medically
same.
speaking.
Give me your hand.
Ugh.
Hands him, puts on my hand with the thought, my thumbs.
She needs some lotion.
I'm gonna check to see if she's got a pulse.
No.
You have no blood going. How does it work if you're a blood of all cleric and you have no pumping blood?
Nerfed.
That's a good question.
You're going to dust people now?
Kaushik is gonna try to cast a spell to see if she can still cast spells. Is anyone injured? Well, not cast a spell per se, but is anyone injured?
You know,
right
I
now?
don't think I need any healing right now. I'll go get some licks from Slick real quick. I'm good, thanks.
I'm pretty sure Artyom is injured at this time.
No, I'm good, thank you. It's
Look
fine.
at his eyes; they are all kinds of fucked up.
Looking pretty fine. I can see fine right now.
Um,
I just laying down the.
I'm still wearing my normal clothes, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so
Stay up all
Artyom,
night
or
reading.
Artyom,
I mean,
Kaushik's gonna take the knife that she has in her little pouch and like try to cut her hand and see if she can still do healing. Just like 2 HP worth of healing magic on Artyom, just to see if I can still do it.
It's
Okay.
poison now.
Take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Dear friends, this is not something that I thought about ahead of time, so I'm going to use the button for the first time. Kaushik, high or low?
You the button.
you know the answer to that question, baby, is always high,
All right. Dear friends,
always lit.
if you
Clap,
would just
clap.
focus your attention on the stream really quickly, you're going to see a
Oh,
D100
yes,
pop up
sir.
on the board.
I'm
And
looking.
if it is
gonna-
a, we're going to say if it's a 51 or higher, it works. 50 or lower, it does not.
Oh shit.
50-50. Pity. I'm watching. Huh.
Alright.
Oh,
It hasn't happened for me yet. Where is it at?
that roll's
Oh.
kind of shit, Jones.
Oh no, it's bad. It doesn't work.
You cut your hand in.
Oh no.
You cut your hand and a bit of black ichor trickles out from within. You attempt to use it, but it doesn't seem like, at least in this very moment. Maybe it's because of the recent resurrection and you need you need time. But as of right now, it's not working.
Are you a vampire squid person? Have you stepped out into the sun yet?
Press.
I've been here since I was brought back.
Just open the curtains a little bit.
Oh Lord.
It's bright, but it's fine.
Okay, that's good.
Has anyone actually said that Kaushik is now a mind flayer, like in character?
Oh, I mean, yeah, probably been said out loud at this point of like, I had seen some things about mind flayers, but they're usually wet.
Oh, well, yeah. I heard that mind flayers were squid people, but I thought they were like more squid and less people. You kind of
Yeah,
have
that
more like a
proper
squid head.
term is illithid.
Okay, that kind of seems on the nose. I guess they're pretty mean then. Generally speaking. I know Kaushik are not mean.
Yet.
Well, Kaushik, I can explain to you some things a little later about your new physical manifestation.
Is there anything about the illithids that we should know about? I mean, aside from
The TLDR on that is if Brittany decided she wanted to reflavor her magic as psionics, I was going to have Milo give her a crash course or something. Or it could just be a description. That's entirely up to Brittany.
OOC, Artyom, or not OO, or OOC, Kent is leaning more towards the whole hive mind aspect. You know, hey, you know, kind of elephant in the room with the.
I mean, our Alphins usually. I don't know.
I have no idea.
You know what?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go ahead and alleviate that for you with a 35 on the roll. Alhoon specifically there, Milo, you're familiar with. And you know that Alhoons in their life before as mind flayers decide to seek out the arcane arts, which is taboo or not respected in mind flayer communities. So these are exiles from mind flayer communities. Alhoon specifically are mind flayers that seek out lichdom and turn themselves into undead.
Oh. Okay.
Interesting.
Well,
Here's your
I
phylactery.
don't really think a continuation of the Illithid greater culture is really a difficulty in this particular instance. I can fill you in on that later too.
You think mind flayers would try to kill her on sight, but that's probably true for all of you.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I think we need to get somewhere where there's maybe perhaps some more magical resources available.
Die. We need to get out of here, and I don't know. You get the. Crowley, do you have like a way you can?
I was going to suggest I can put out some feelers, see if we can't find anything that would help us.
Feelers, really? I mean, her
That's more of a
face, be
bug
sensitive.
thing, not an octopus thing.
Still.
Oh.
Right.
Anyway, we just want to mind shielding, correct? Is there anything else you could think of that would help? Milo?
Don't you have a hat that can disguise her?
I do.
She might want that.
She was very proud of her appearance. I didn't want to suggest it.
Also, she can cast disguise self at will already.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Also that.
I was just thinking that.
That is something none of you would know, but that is
Right,
that
right.
is something that
That's-
Kaushik
yeah,
would
I
be
know.
able to feel. And no, I'm just
I-
letting folks know for OOC stuff.
I'm glad that she is comfortable with her current state, but I get the feeling most people won't.
Listen,
So-
y'all. Brittany said this is cool as hell. Kaushik does not think it's cool as hell. She said my thumbs. She said
I'm really worried that that's
Oh.
her biggest concern about the transformation is the loss of thumb.
I mean,
That's how
she
you
looked
know
in
we're
the-
just crazy.
She looked in the mirror and said, "Oh," 3 times. So
You know you probably don't eat anymore, right?
And if you do feel hungry, please let me know immediately.
Why?
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 Or just let me know. You shouldn't feel hunger, but let me know if you do.
Why?
Anyway.
Concern, that's why.
What do alcoons or whatever eat?
The
I can
point was
tell
they
you
didn't
what.
eat. They're undead.
They're undead, yes.
Okay. Anyway,
Well, no, I'm a little confused. So there are mind flayers, and there are alcoons, and then there are squid people, and all of
squid
these are
people
this,
are mind flayers.
and all of these are the same things.
Sort of. There's variations, yes.
Okay.
Do they all
If you
broadcast like that?
inquire any further, he is going to dissertate
So
academically.
Sweet.
why is he worried about her being hungry? What do mind flayers eat, like fish and stuff like that?
That is something Crowley, Milo, Gandalf, and Azor would all know about what mind
You were
flayers
given
eat.
a warning. You were given a warning, and now it's happening. You're getting an incredibly
They eat
detailed
your
description
brain.
of.
Oh, okay.
Oh, then you're safe, Roland.
There are cereivores, you see.
And
Arrow.
begins to go into the dietary process of how they convert thought energy into food by the consumption of brain.
Okay, yeah, we don't have fucking time for this. So
Yeah, you could have just said
right,
they eat
yes,
people's
sorry.
brains. Yeah. If you feel the need to knob on someone's noggin, don't do it. Let somebody know. We'll get you some help.
Wouldn't we know though?
With that 35,
least
would
right
he
now.
know if Alhoons? Would he know if Alhoons are, undead don't eat? Do Alhoons not eat brains?
OOC, there's
At
an
least not
answer to
have the
that.
need to.
They,
Jones is looking at a stat block. He's like,
No more pancakes.
all I know
Just
is
'cause
they
you
do
don't-
have a diet.
Oh.
Just because you don't need to eat doesn't mean
That
you
was
can't.
cold.
Do you have a tongue?
Clack,
Can she
clack.
smell?
Opened my little tentacles.
It's like,
Yeah. So is it like snake smelling, or is it like smelling? Can she smell pancakes?
She doesn't have a nose. That's right. Yeah. So how does that work? That's truly a tragedy.
Did you make it to diet DM?
Yeah, I did. But that's interesting because that is specifically to the ritual that it takes to make an Alhoon, in which this is unlike that. This seems to be an interaction with something Kaushik already carried with her and whatever the corrupted did to her.
Oh,
You got a sorcerer bloodline? What's up?
I mean, narratively, kinda.
Well, I was hoping the bloodline didn't go to that though.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have to keep getting shit done. If fucking stuff like this is gonna keep happening, we're gonna have turned into stuff or
Well,
been murdered in frozen
this-
time before we can succeed.
At this point, it doesn't matter because Kaushik can hear anything anyway. If she's got hundreds of fields of being able to read people's minds, and the diffuser apparently did not block that. So let's just get on with the description of figuring out what the corruptor wants and what this entity is and what this entity's goals are.
Well, you said
How
you
far
said
away?
First and foremost, it is trying to reclaim its parts so that it can come together, regardless of whatever its original intent was. Because of at least the one being corrupted by Zoriat, its current intent is unpleasant for all of creation.
Okay, what is that?
DM, you didn't.
A
clarify
knock
it.
on the door happens. Is everything okay, guys?
Kaushik turned
Yes, Mother.
into
Well,
a squid person.
All right, I got breakfast here.
yeah,
I bought lots of groceries, so I had to make lots of things. This will go bad if it's just me and Every here, and I don't know how long you're gonna be staying. So I made you some sausage wraps and wrap some up so you can take some with you as well.
Thank you so much. We're having an important Vanguard meeting. We'll be out very shortly. Thank you so much. Love you.
All right, well, don't leave me out here too long. This plate's heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Dan's gonna go
he
like
is
open the
going
door, and be like,
to stroll
we'll-
over to
we'll
the
just
door."
Take it. Yeah, we'll just. That's
He
fine.
is
Take-
going to before the doors open. DM, he will be obfuscating Kaushik with a minor illusion.
Okay.
Oh, boo.
Oh, hey,
Spend that.
Gandalin. I know
Yep.
you all said that Kaushik's okay. You did
Oh.
some magic
Yep.
and stuff. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Like I said, it's
She's
sausage
very-
wraps.
She's
I got
actually
some and
she's
some
actually
tinfoil.
really hungry. So this
Hey.
fantastic timing.
Starving.
I'd love to
Thank
see you.
you.
I think you mean silent image, Cody. Minor illusion is
Uh,
like palm sized.
No, it's not. Minor illusion's
I thought
5
it was
square.
a 5-foot square. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
probably a really shitty facsimile because he just threw it up as like there's like an almost 2D like cardboard cutout of Kaushik right there.
I
in
rolled a
front of
natural 3 on a
Kaushik.
perception check. You're good. It works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
5-foot
Okay.
cube.
The rest of y'all see a like movie theater cardboard cutout in front of Kaushik.
I assume Gainwood's like keeping the door mostly closed.
Yeah,
This is just
yeah.
like shadow
just-
pretty much over where
Mhm.
Kaushik is standing. She looks at you and she goes, "Well, I'd love to see her and thank her for what she did for my boy."
If
Oh, we'll be right by the house here shortly.
Okay, all right. Don't keep us waiting too long, all right?
Of course, thank you, love you.
All right, I love you too. Sweetheart, I'm so
What-
glad you're okay.
when when he turns back around from that conversation, Kaushik is gonna have cast disguise self.
What?
Uh,
What are you gonna look like?
Kaushik.
Yeah.
The old Kaushik
Anybody with what's your spell save DC?
with thumbs.
She said old Kaushik, make her old.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, look at her. She's so old. She's got
How-
white hair.
How do I know what my spell save DC
You
is?
should have it on your. It's just your normal spell save DC.
Yes,
I
but
think
where-
it's
I'm
It's on your
assuming it was
spells
a-
at the top. The spell
Right.
tab up at the
this spell will be without your religious bonus.
Twen-
This will just be your proficiency plus your intelligence now.
top. Oh,
These are
Uh,
two
Which is
different
the
DCs.
so it'd be
Okay,
19.
so- my normal spell save DC is 20. So
19.
So take one
19.
off. 19. Okay.
Okay.
Anybody with a passive perception higher than 19?
Oh.
No, I'm sorry. I think actually that I think it's
Should
an
be
investigation. Any with a
Mhm.
passive investigation of higher than
okay.
19 can tell that the illusion doesn't quite run along with Kaushik's movements.
well, I can't tell because my passive investigation's only 15.
Looks phenomenal to you.
I did a
Crowley
good
can tell.
job. Well, that's okay. I ain't trying to hide it from y'all.
And you're confident, and most of you are confident. I'd say even Crowley, this would fool your normal passerby.
Okay, well, that's good.
Okay. Wait, what's wrong with letting Audrey know that Kaushik changed?
Freak
I mean-
most people out. They've already been through enough freaking out stuff.
I mean, she's
That's
from
not-
Shannon. They see all kinds of crazy stuff there. Minotaurs and
You scared this woman
Not
with a
that
large
crazy
rat.
oh, rats are scary. Oh, you're not here.
Mind flayers are scary. I'll say it. You scared her with a rat.
Right, but I mean, some people are scared of rats because they don't normally see those. But I mean, people that just look
People
weird
do
are
not
all over
normally
the place.
see mind flayers.
Right, but people who look one way and then look very, very not the same way, and that new way is kind of like an undead that could be difficult for some people's psyches.
She's got a mouthful of like sausage roll and and still the liquor. And she's like, I think you give your mom enough credit. Like, have you thought about maybe telling her first before just like springing some shit on her? Just let her know it happened and then ask her
Yeah.
if she'd like to see it.
Yeah, I mean,
And we may, but
Yeah, we
in
should
that very
just
moment. was-
kind of just probably leave right now. Would probably be the best
Yes.
thing.
That.
I'd rather her see me as this than what I am now. I just want
Okay.
to say goodbye.
Sure. If we're doing that, we
Yeah.
need to do that because we need a lot.
I need some rest as well. I didn't sleep very good.
Also, your head, like it looks like somebody smacked your head with a rock like 4 times.
Well, you know, Darren the Corruptor doesn't like witty banter.
No shit.
Pip's gonna leave. She's gonna like, walk out, and she's just gonna be like, her surface thoughts are gonna be like, "Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?" And she's like gonna just like walk further and further away, like.
And as long as I can hear her, she gets a yes every single
So-
time.
So everyone's going around
Like,
this thing,
it's
and then
this
just
year.
every few seconds we hear Kaushik in our brains go,
Just go,
yes.
Yes.
Yes, like- What? Yes, what?
What? Guess what? Gosh.
Kaushik can direct it towards a singular person.
Okay. All right.
And out
Can't
to
see yet.
walking
Does
out
she
the
know how to
range.
do it yet?
that's a good question. However, as we have our very own Sharn Wireless commercial, Pip steps out onto the beach, and Kaushik telling her how far out to 120 feet is where she can hear you. That is where we're gonna go on break. Don't go anywhere. Drop a follow if you haven't yet. Drop a sub if you're feeling it in your heart of hearts. Take this time to donate to charity, which I'm just going to hit this button a bunch because it's fun. Go click on that link or just scroll down on the Twitch page. Go donate to Extra Life in the meantime. We're going to take a quick break, take a quick bio. You should do the same and stick around. Much love.
See you soon.
And hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are mostly the same people that were here. Some of us slightly changed, but we're back and we're gonna get back into it for Across Eberron. So, for those of you that may have missed the first half here, nothing happened really. It was pretty quiet times. Everybody's pretty normal. There's no tentacles on mouths or anything like that. So, no. But if you did miss, they've resurrected their friend, an elder entity known as Durin the Corruptor. Told Artyom that he could use a new plaything and that he would sunder every atom of his, and turned his dear friend Kaushik into what is known as an Alhoon, basically an undead mind flayer, for those unfamiliar. So they have been dealing with that, but now they know that time is of the essence and they need to leave the island of Tuki. There's just two, Tuki. So you gather up your things. Some of you heading off to say goodbye to Audrey and Everett Goggins, parents of Milo Goggins. Is there anything else folks would like to do here before you take off once again? Also, the music can go less creepy now.
Can it?
Less. I'm not gonna say all the way uncreepy, just less creepy. So,
Sure.
Shining Vanguard, anything that you would like to do specifically here on the island of Tuki and here with Everett and Audrey Goggins before you get out of here?
Other than the going with Kaushik to see his parents off.
Okay.
We're sure your parents are good now if we leave.
Can Milo intuit that was the threat?
Not even about intuiting. Last episode, I told you, even with an augury spell and some of the other foresight things that Milo can do, the threat seems to be cleared completely. Nothing but wheel. W-E-A-L.
Wheel all day, baby. Cool.
So.
All right. So we still need to talk about this entity. We don't know what this entity is. We don't know. It wants to put all of its parts back together, but it has no name, and we should not speak of it.
DM, initially, in one of our earliest conversations, I say earliest, I got a very, very brief crash course before the reintroduction. But early in that conversation, you said, I can't remember the specifics, but to paraphrase, that it would be very, very bad apocalyptic type of event should it reform, and along with a few other details about its past that led to its current conundrum. But I was not able to locate those in the notes during the break. Could you refill me in on that? Why is this thing such a terrible thing?
Yeah, specifically that a portion of this, one, Milo doesn't think that this entity was ever necessarily a good entity, right? However, a portion of this entity has been trapped in Zoriat for thousands of years, corrupted, and it is very obvious that now it is what it may have been before, and being combined with the madness and insanity that is Zoriat. If it comes back, you're talking about the end of things as they currently are. For things across all planes.
I don't know much specifically about its original incarnation, but nothing I was able to discover in the amount of time as an object that I was investigating. I wasn't able to find any indication that it was ever a good thing, but its long-term saturation with the nature of Zoriat itself gives it similar, or at least warped, motivations, and something with that amount of power, with such ill intent, is nothing good.
All right.
Its
So the
power is greater than Zoriat, and its intent is just as vile.
so these parrots. I mean, do you know its motivations for helping you?
For helping me, initially,
Right.
was to trick me into doing exactly what I did. I'm not the only one it influences, although if it has any direct minions other than myself, I don't know them. I do know it's had a hand in things for a long time.
So what was its? What are you supposed to be hunting these pieces of it and bringing it back or something?
Yes, and once located, to create rifts through which it could seize and reacquire those fragments.
So they're not just on the material plane then.
Only one. 7 fragments, 7 planes of existence.
So we can kind of knock Zoriat in the
And
plane
all
of
but
air. What?
What?
5 of the 7 have been reclaimed.
Oh, well, that's lovely. That's just like those are key bits of information that we should probably lead with. That there are only 2. Which 2?
One for certain here on the material plane.
Duh.
And the other, I suspect. I think I know your answer, but you're aware that knowledge can be dangerous. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
It's a burden of sorts to know.
Yeah, we
Alcor.
gotta stop it. Okay, Dalcor. Well, shit. All right.
Where's Dalcor? I'm blanking on.
Plane of Dreams.
Ah. Okay.
We can go see what's up with the old family, I guess. Should be fine. Nothing terrible ever happens there.
And I am not certain that the other echoes of myself are completely finished either. Maybe they are. I'm not certain.
This thing, it needs somebody else to open these rifts so that it can retrieve the pieces. It can't do it itself.
Yes. But it can influence people who may not know they're being influenced. I found various instances where I believe it had done so in the past.
Saying that, I would like anybody, I would like RTM for sure. I'm trying to think of what else. Who else it may have been shared with.
I don't know if he shared it with anybody.
RTM, give me a history check real quick.
It's a
just wisdom check.
Oh, a wisdom check?
Yeah,
I
just-
rolled a
just
17 plus 5, so 22.
Outside influences, people having thoughts that they've never known, the dreams Alexander was having that he wrote down in his dream journal, Lavender Star that Milo saw not too long ago gave him strange thoughts themselves. I think RTM makes some connections here that this thing has very clearly been influencing an untold amount of people for a very long time on this plane.
So I think maybe my teacher Alexander was definitely a person influenced by this creature. In his dream journal, he was talking about a lavender star, and I definitely think this might be connected.
Lady in Moonwatch.
Right. Okay.
You see what I mean?
I do.
It doesn't have to be an active servitor. It can
Right.
cause events.
This
As
is
you guys are on this path of thinking, Lady in Moonwatch Ragnar Deertilly's home had an entirely out of place stargazing room for a paladin of the Silver Flame.
So, these people, where do we go? Where is it at? Do you have any leads whatsoever?
Is
I
it
was
better
in the
for us to not
process
find
of
it?
I was in the process of investigating the one here on the material plane. My job from the entity was twofold: locate and then create the rifts.
So, no leads whatsoever to where this thing could be?
DM, I'm gonna message you on Facebook real quick.
Sure.
While you're messaging him, did Artyom share all of the contents of the conversation with Darren? Everything that he said.
Yeah, about him being
That he is intending to find the pieces as well.
right.
That Darren is intending to make this
Right.
entity whole.
Yes.
Okay.
That he is in love with it.
Yeah. The love part is relevant as far as Gandalf is concerned. It's more of the what that's driving him to do.
Right. With him wanting to put this thing back together, if we can find the piece, then we
Can
can
we even do anything with it?
we can set the battlefield for the war and material plane, at the very least.
But that means we're also showing we don't know if Darren even knows where it is. We'd be showing Darren exactly where it is.
Right.
You think you could fight him?
Not right now.
I just point at Kaushik. He just did that because he felt like it.
Yeah. The Milo, have you ever seen one of these shards? Do we feel like we may be able to destroy it somehow?
I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
Do you feel like if we found the shard, we would be able to destroy it somehow?
To my understanding, in whatever event the entity originally fell, it was impossible to destroy, hence why the shards were scattered instead of the entity simply killing. To my knowledge, at least. I wouldn't know how.
And I
It has
guess
been a game of dragging my feet and sowing seeds for fighting back in the future.
Like what?
For example, redirecting your travel into the Mournlands so that you could get the lantern. Some things far more distant in the past, varietous, smaller or larger.
Anything that's going
That kind of thing. Well, we wouldn't even be able to have the conversation safely if I hadn't.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm talking about the other shit. Besides the lantern.
what was the reasoning for the summit to be a bloodbath?
Does Milo know why the entity wanted it to be a bloodbath?
Well, for one, you chose the responsibility of that happening. That was, let's see here. What was the reason behind? What was the question again? Let me make sure I answer this.
Why did the entity need that to be done? I chose that Milo was the one to do it, but why was he instructed to do it?
No, Artyom was asking why Milo did it.
Oh.
All right.
To what end?
Well, he had partially explained to Gandalf, which meant to y'all that it was if I don't follow this order, it would have been much, much worse for all of us. So that part has already been expounded upon, or explained, but...
Wait,
all right,
if
we're gonna
wait. If that didn't happen, what would have been the outcome? So you're saying...
That is what I'm trying to explain. There's a lot leading up to that. in order to even understand a lot of these things, I'm going to have to familiarize you with the bigger picture of what I've been doing for the equivalent of hundreds or thousands of years. I don't
All right.
have a frame of reference for time. And before we can get into that, and I know this is going to seem unrelated, but please bear with me. I have to familiarize you with a principle of Arcana. If I don't, a lot of the rest is going to be hard to understand. Are you familiar with the esteemed artist Beck Zarigo?
No.
Okay. 50, 60, 70 years ago. It's been a while since I learned about him in class, but he created a triptych, 3 framed portraits, almost identical except for the subject. The man in the center was posed slightly differently in each one, and the backgrounds slightly altered. The triptych was positioned facing outward around a spindle, and the gallery of viewers were encouraged to spin the triptych, viewing each image in rapid succession. The result being that it almost appeared as if the subject, the man, was running, each pose leading into the next. It was intended to be a quirky and fresh take on perception of simple art. It was noticed by a mage scientist, Olaris Krant, and he realized that it was, in fact, accidental genius. Sufficiently similar images, perceived in rapid succession, give the impression of movement. This became known as the Zarigo effect, and it's taught in most modern academies as a fundamental technique of magic. Completely revolutionized the fields of arcanotech as we know it. Spells that once took vast amounts of power instead took fractions. You create an illusion of a man that exists in perpetuity. It consumes a great deal of magical power. But create a handful of flickers of that image.
Bear with me while I die slowly.
Unacceptable. Perish on your own time.
But you create a handful of flickers of that same image presented rapidly, or that illusion. It consumes only a bare fraction of power, and it is barely perceivable by the naked eye. It's how modern communications arcanotechnology functions, such as sending stones and speaking stones. They're actually transmitting only flickers of those full sounds being sent, and the same for images. They call them frames after the frames of the original Zarigo expo. Viewing crystals that we have in our homes in Sharn and on the ship, they work the same way. A single second of illusory magic contains about 20 Zarigo frames. You understand the principle.
Sure.
Okay, so here's where that becomes relevant. To understand what I've been doing and why, you have to understand how some of time seems to work, or how I understand it. It's impossible to fully grasp it, even if I had an eternity to study it. Not for one human, but enough to get through this, I think. If you think of the present as a bubble, sort of, and around a frame, a single moment, this very moment, frozen and unmoving. Inside that bubble is reality, that one frame. And that's all that really exists, all that's real. And ahead of us, ahead of that frame, is a vast, limitless ocean of frames, each one that could be the next one, the next frame in this Zarigo sequence that is existence. Each one is a possible future. They're almost all identical, but the further from likelihood you get, the more different from the current frame they are. You move outward in the ocean of possibilities, and the difference get more vast. In the closer ones, they could be as similar as, in one, a man cuts his steak into 32 bites, and then the next one, it's 33. But it gets more deviated the further out you get. A gang boss donates his vast wealth to charity and turns himself into the law, or a cow is born with 3 heads for no reason. The decisions that everyone makes, I think, I'm not super certain about the sequence of events, but they affect where the bubble goes, and the next frame becomes real. The ones that aren't chosen or whatever, they become lost frames, moments of could have been. When you look back in time, you see a trail of the frames that were real, that did get chosen and scattered to either side. The could have beens, the ocean of lost past, I guess. I'm not sure. And this is why when you travel back in time, you become frozen. You get trapped in a cycle of lost frames. Even if you try to return to the present, that itself becomes a deviation of those frames. And here is where we get to cataclysmic event at Thronehold. Every frame that I could see, and I'm imperfect, I can't see all of them, but I didn't see any where if I tried to disobey or stop that in some way, where the entity didn't find out about my treachery and kill me isn't the right word, unmake me, turn me into a lost frame, something. But in every future frame, I was able to perceive any of the ones where I chose treachery against the entity. I was pulled out of the picture. No one got a warning and everything. Sorry. Try.
You could have just said they don't know that you're backstabbing them yet. And that every other outcome would have meant that everyone died. But yeah, I appreciate the long explanation. That makes things makes a lot more sense. So this is great news, because if the entity doesn't know that you're backstabbing it yet, then the entity is fallible, or at least doesn't have his quite absolute power on this plane.
Yes. And the greater explanation was so that you have an understanding of what I was and was not able to see and why. And why I never affected anything in the future. I didn't know which of those paths or moments would become real. You spend energy and effort affecting one and it doesn't get chosen. It's all wasted.
All right. But none of these bubbles that you went to ever found where this shard or this piece or whatever was on the material plane or in Dalcor?
I don't think so. Everything just before returning to y'all was kind of hazy. Perception is difficult from the void. But I don't think I located it or really got a trail. I hadn't made it to Dalcor. That was my next stop after the material plane.
And so the daughters of Sora Kel are not working with Zora yet?
DM, I don't think I had that clarified to me, or I don't have that up in the notes summary that I have.
You've had no interaction with them.
I was focused elsewhere.
Okay, well.
You have to realize that because I already explained the dangers of stepping out of your timeline in the past, I was never able to actually leave the void. I influenced things from within.
Yeah.
FYI, there was additional context in that little exposition dump, but I'm feeling kind of weird. I might step away here in a moment, but I'll let you know.
Okay. That's a lot of valuable information. So we have no leads on whether this shard might be on the material plane.
Not at the moment.
Well, whatever it would have to be held pretty safe and probably where magic creatures and stuff like that couldn't scry on it or find it with magical means, and I don't know too many places where something like that exists. I know one place is really hard to scry on, but hadn't been there for a really long time.
Do tell.
Where I come from is protected from scrying and detection magic and stuff over in Adar.
By the stones like these, yes.
Right.
I am familiar.
Have you searched there in other bubbles?
Of sorts. Research to find out about how to communicate with you. Hence why I sent you the lantern.
I guess there's kind of hard to do. Do you know when this entity was shattered? How long ago? We're going to have to look back, maybe?
Further back than I was even able to look. And I
So-
was able to go back quite far.
So,
Thousands of years.
so before the Dalkier Wars or whatever, or
Milo's eyes go purple while he internally searches his notes.
1 second. Checking recorded memories.
DM, I don't seem to have that down, one way or the other.
The Dalkira War was, according to this, approximately 9,000 years ago. However, again, this isn't something like time wasn't linear for you. Going back and forth you weren't just traveling along a timeline. It was like traveling through multiple oceans stacked on top of each other through this. So to say that one thing happened before the other, it was like saying, do you breathe mayonnaise? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense as to where you were.
The exact placement of things is imprecise. I'm uncertain, fortunately. It's hard to describe the place I was.
Okay. So in theory, I mean, I'm not trying to blow anyone's mind here, but in theory, could it be something that isn't broken yet? I mean, if it maybe got pulled through time or some crazy stuff like that, is it something that exists that will get broken later? Just doesn't exist in the way that it would be?
I don't think so. And I believe that the present moment is the real moment. But I don't know.
Okay.
Also, the entity has a consciousness that is much more able to understand the flow of time and reality than myself. So if it is able to travel or manipulate it, it's not in any way that I would even be able to comprehend or perceive.
So sometime in the past it was broken, you feel sure?
To my understanding.
So that's a no then.
Nothing is certain where this is. Certainty is a luxury that we are not going to be getting, I don't think.
Okay. So at some point in time, a thing was broken and we need all the parts back together. Cool.
No, we don't need the parts back together. It wants the parts back together.
Well, I mean, we need to get the parts from it so that, yeah, it can't go back together.
Or, yes, or barricade them away, make them impossible for it to obtain, etc.
All right.
Although if you happen to just come up with a way to destroy them, by all means.
I mean, I can only really think of one person that I know of. Well, maybe two places, maybe a third. We have to ask people that might know these type of things. I can go to Sharn, talk to our druid friends there that might have some information on this. We might be able to ask the 12, and Arjun kind of pauses for a second, then looks towards Gandalin. And isn't one of the daughters supposed to be a big divination hag?
Yep.
Should we ask them?
Assuming that they
If
aren't
they-
working with Zoriat.
And if they are working together with Zoriat, a lot of my abilities involve future and adjusted perceptions. That hag may have a connection to the entity as well.
Yeah. Well, for the most part, one constant that I've come across from almost everything universally on the material plane is that they want to live and not be driven mad. So I don't want the world to end, and I don't think we really have too many good leads at the moment.
Where were the other shards? You said it already had 5 and you helped find them. Where were they? What kind of places?
That's a really good question.
You're
Read it.
muted.
One was in Zoriat, one
Right.
was in Irian.
Right. Where in those places? Where were they being kept? What kinds of places had they been placed?
DM, was it like a physical location within each plane?
I think at this moment, Audrey steps out, hearing everybody talk on her front porch at this moment, and says, "Hi, everybody. You look like you're about to
Oh.
leave."
Yeah.
Yes, we have Vanguard activities to do.
Did you hear that the Corvair's kind of like all going to war with Droam? Is a pretty big deal.
Oh no!
Yeah, we got to go take care of some stuff. We'll be fine.
Well, yeah, you bet. Kaushik! I'm so glad. And she
Oh no.
comes to give you a hug.
Roll to hug.
No. Does she have to come past Artyom?
You could put yourself in between if you think so.
No, I just rolled a panic check for Artyom, and I rolled a natural 1. So can I attempt to just kind of bump her leg with my staff?
You trip
You
Audrey?
want to
Yes!
trip Audrey?
It was just like, oh, stop it!
That's an opposed check. Make an athletics check
Oh, my.
against her
Audrey
acrobatics.
is jacked. She's been doing hella yoga. She's fucking. She's on it.
Ready.
I'm
It's
not
a
trying.
16.
I'm not trying to
What is
like,
strength?
shoulder check her or something. I just a bump with her foot with my staff to make her trip up a little bit. And like, oh yeah, let me help you there. So that is a 14 on the dice plus athletics of 6, so dirty 20.
Just mouthful of sand.
With a dirty
Face
20,
plants
you
right in the
absolutely are able
Oh.
to trip her.
Nope, it's not a dirty 20. It is in fact an 8.
Okay.
I'm
Oh yeah, disadvantage.
You go to
Oh,
stick
yeah.
your staff out and you stab Azura in the foot with it on accident as Audrey
Heroin.
goes by and attempts to hug Kaushik.
Fucking
Surface
exhausted.
thought is, you should have let me do it.
She's going in for a hug.
I'm gonna
And she
as
just hugs
Audrey-
you and holds
Oh,
you there for a
okay,
second.
She does it. She does hug me. Okay.
Unless you wish to stop something.
I mean, I'm not gonna stop her once she's already done it.
Well, she's
I was
coming
gonna-
in for the hug right now. Are you
Okay.
attempting to do
If
something?
Put your hand on her forehead.
If she's
Do
coming
that
in for
thing
the
that you do
hug,
with short people. Like, nope.
I will. I'll put my hands up kind of in front of me like this and be like, I'm so sorry. I'm not feeling very well after what happened. I don't feel like it's overwhelming, the feelings and being touched isn't. I do love you, Audrey. I'm so sorry.
The injuries she sustained were traumatizing.
I can
Don't
only
take it
imagine,
personal.
doll.
She still cares about you.
Yeah, no worries. No worries at all. I'm so sorry.
I still want to hug. Come here, Mom.
He'll distract her by his own affection.
I feel awful.
These are the downsides.
The one thing Kaushik wants right now was a big old hug from Audrey Gog.
Audrey Goggins. Oh dear.
Artyom is is going to say goodbye to Audrey, kind of kneel down because she's real short, he's real tall, and give her some extra seeds from the weird ass plants that are on the front of the
Some
boat.
of the Fey plants?
Yeah. Like, okay, so I will say this to her mentally.
Okay.
So these are seeds that came from a different plane, and you can plant these and they'll probably go anywhere. They came from the Feywild, so you're going to be the only place on the whole island that has these seeds. And also, second big thing, this island's on the back of a giant dragon turtle. He's pretty cool. His name's Homie. Just don't get in any fights and he'll be all right with you. Don't let anyone know. It's just our secret. And then I'm going to wink at her.
On a natural 1 on an insight check. She goes, "You're such a jokester. Thank you for the seeds. I'll plant them in my garden now back. I wish I could have seen it, showed it to you, but another time. You guys got to make it a normal thing to come by."
Yeah.
Yeah, we will do our best.
You know,
And
we might have some more people coming through here. They might need your help in the next coming weeks, you know. So
Oh, they need Pilates or yoga? I can have one more.
probably refugees for more and stuff.
So yes.
Oh.
Yeah, lots of. Right. So you keep those booze handy, because they're probably going to some people that are going to need them.
That's very different. Okay. No.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
How tall is Audrey again?
she is 4'11 and a half.
Man, it probably would have been fine to hug her. She probably wouldn't even been able to reach
the tentacles are.
Yeah, she wouldn't even been able to feel him. Damn.
Just Kaushik wanna
Feel
hug
like a
Audrey?
dead person.
Oh, Kaushik, you smell terrible. What happened?
And I'd be like,
On a-
I died, Audrey.
Why do you smell like dead fish?
I died for your son, Audrey.
Getting a little bit more serious with her, he will like kind of put his hands on her shoulders and
I can't think of anyone who will be more able to lift their spirits. You're a loving person, and you are a very positive person. Secret calling, right?
Were you talking to me?
Audrey, so technically yes.
I was responding to your Facebook message. This is your fault. What happened? What'd you say? Sorry.
He had said that with the refugees coming by, he couldn't think of anyone more suited to lift their spirits. She was a loving and positive person, and this was kind of like an incidental calling.
Oh, sweetheart, you're too nice. I'm so sad you guys got to get out of here, but I know you're doing very important, big things out there in the world. She sort of grabs your cheek and says, "I'm very proud of you." I'm proud of all the rest of you too. This is very big things. Very big things you're doing out here. So I'm not going to keep you any longer. It's very nice meeting you two. She looks at Pip and Azor. It's very nice meeting you two. It's nice to meet another girl from Shan. Not too many Shan girls over here. So, but if not what Artyom's saying, you know, maybe we'll get to see a few more. Valley, Gandwin. Pleasure seeing you both again. And of course, hugs are being passed out freely. Everett. Sorry, you're picking her up.
Yeah, I'm picking her up, giving her a spin, setting her down.
Gotcha. Everett comes out and gives all of you head nod as you're heading off. I appreciate what you did here. Whatever that was. keeping us safe again. Thank you.
That's
Hey,
what family does.
Unfortunately, time is short.
yeah, no, I
I'll-
don't want to keep you here.
I'll reach out.
Yeah, here, take that, Milo, and be safe. And he hands you
Pip will
just a
scoop up
box.
oh.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry.
Pip's gonna do what?
I would say she's just gonna like reach over and grab like a handful of chopped pineapple, give Audrey a quick, kiss on the cheek, big like bro hug to Milo's dad, and then kind of like bounce off, like popping pineapple.
Awesome. Everett hands you a little box, Milo. You look inside. It's the like tin and metal kobold that he made for you. In there. So that's in there for you. He hands that to you. Just kind of sort of grabs your shoulder. Be safe out there, kid. Make sure you come back in one piece. Yeah. Be safe, everybody.
Yeah,
Milo's turning away because he is actively choking up.
yeah. Make sure that no one on the island fights. It's very important. Everyone stays civil with each other.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we'll
The-
do our best to.
The refugees, I mean.
Right.
Audrey will let you know.
Yeah. No, I heard you talking. We'll do what we can.
Just all right. Okay, Corral, you're getting us back. I'm a little exhausted.
I'd assume so.
I could also as well.
Oh, well, then let's do that.
Oh, if you can just do it. Hell yeah! Wait, good job, Milo. I guess. Let's go all over the place. Actually, should we go back to? Should we go to try and talk to the 12, or where are we going?
I was just going to take us back to the ship since that's the location that I know.
Where's the best place for us to go right now for an actionable?
The 12.
Okay.
Before we go, I grab a seashell from Milo's mother's house.
Did
Stuff
I
in the
manage
pocket.
to find any big ass palm trees?
Yeah. The trees go
Awesome.
off the side of the mountain. I'd say absolutely.
Hell yeah! 5 foot
Great.
wide
So we'll
palm
fall
tree.
off the side of the mountain when we walk out of a tree if we use that to get here.
Acrobatic
Ah!
checks may be necessary, but yeah, you find one.
Perfect. Cool. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay.
All right.
Where are you guys
So,
going?
back to Korth then.
Well, specifically to the ship.
Which is in Korth.
Well, maybe we should just kind of go on the ground. Like, if you're off by just a little bit, that's an issue. I can't make us all turn
Oh.
into bats.
More likely to land properly if aiming for something I'm more familiar with.
Okay.
I'm not particularly familiar with the countryside of Korth.
All right. Yeah, fair enough, I guess. But do you know where the airship's at right now?
I mean, does the airship
I-
not count as a place?
It's your magic. It moves. Is
DM?
all I'm saying.
What's up?
When teleporting to a location, does the deck of the airship count as a location?
You guys have a sigil in your basement that's for beaming up equipment and folks and stuff, so you could just use that as your target.
Does that count
as
as
a
like
teleportation
a fucking
circle.
teleportation?
If you have teleportation as a spell, yeah, you can use that as your circle.
Fucking A.
Oh,
Okay.
that's what I was
In
just
that
like, I
case-
just thought of that. I was like, surely that doesn't count. And I was like, no, there, that's
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, in
Yeah,
that case, 100%. He's like,
Was well worth it.
Yeah.
I can
Money well spent.
guarantee
Good job,
us
team.
on the ship. Are you
All
all
right,
ready?
perfect. Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah. I will grab a bottle of liquor in the hat. Okay.
In the Shanka.
Some like peach schnapps or something like awful.
Zor also grabs him a bottle himself a pub liquor.
Everett goes back to the house. Audrey says, "You can take all of it. Take all of it. Thanks.
Oh,
Take all of it."
Scoops up like.
do that.
You gotta restock. Remember all the empties you pulled out of the hat before? You gotta.
She said, "Thank you, guys. Don't teleport and drink, okay? That's that's very dangerous.
Oh,
You can crash in the trees or something."
Great.
Right, I'm very, very sober, Mother. Thank you. All right, are we ready?
Yeah.
Milo's teleportation spell does not look very much like arcane magic. It looks like him reaching forward and raggedly, like arm shaking, just ripping a tear in reality, and each person passing through in just kind of a purple flash or sizzle, and back in the teleportation circle.
Okay. Once more, Mother waves at you as you teleport out of here. All of you popping up in the bottom of the Stormbringer. The weather is cold here once again. Bit of temperature shock as you all teleport out of Tuki Tuki and back to Crown Home in Karnath. The ship is relatively quiet with the exception of the muffled singing of Koshik's skeleton horse, which still has its muzzle on, to dampen the sounds of its apocalyptic songs. But other than that, you do not hear...
That horse is the gym, for sure. That's what it is now. We had it the whole time.
Other than that, relatively quiet ship. You do not see or hear anybody else.
Also, did we get an answer on the where were the shards on the other planes? What kind of places did you find them in?
That is what me and Cody are messaging about right now.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So
gotcha.
Let's have 30 minutes of let's not talking about that particular topic.
Okay. I did not know if that had already been. Okay.
I am trying to get some clarification on some other stuff that may affect it.
Gotcha.
Interrelated issues.
Right. That being said, one of the first actions, I'm like, it just, I guess just being said out loud to the group is just like, all things with whatever the fuck this entity is aside, Droiam is still a problem. And we have set every nation in Corvair, or a lot of them anyway, on the course for war with Droiam. And if they're busy fighting them when Zoriat decides to show up, that's bad. We still have to we can't let this become a protracted conflict. We still have to end things with them somehow.
Milo, you said you've seen no particular inclusion of the Daughters of Sorakel in the resolution of this entity being freed in any of your other bubbles?
I wasn't specifically seeking them out. You need to realize each frame contains everything.
Yeah. If you don't know, man, you don't know. I'm just trying to make sure we're covering all the bases. Okay. So, and potentially, they could be working alongside this entity, which is also aligned with Zoriat.
Definitely related, if through no other means than Zoriat.
I think Milo's probably hearing this maybe for the first time. Artyom is telling you that they are absolutely related in the sense that Dern is saying that he is in love with one of these shards. Like he is in love with just a piece of this creature.
Yep.
He's telling you that they are inexplicably and without a doubt related.
I was talking about the Daughters of Sorakel.
Oh, okay. My bad. I thought you were talking about Dern. I thought you were talking about the Croaker.
No.
No, if you are referring to Dern, he is very clearly.
Oh, yeah. I mean the daughters, though.
I'm uncertain. If they're working with Zoriat, though, then even if it is not directly with the entity, then yes. Although the powerful divination implies that it could be more direct.
Shit.
To answer your question, Gandalf, there wasn't exactly a common theme with the location of the shards in each plane of existence. Sometimes it was bound within a powerful being, sometimes hidden in a location, sometimes simply buried deep beneath the surface. There's not a common thread that we can extrapolate from.
So what I'm hearing is we're probably better set to just preventing Darren from having the opportunity to scour the material plane. Because otherwise we have zero idea of how to locate this thing. Nothing.
There is a reason that what I experienced was so much time.
Which we don't
have. It took
have.
me hundreds of years per shard.
And we super don't have that time.
So, other question. You were set to do the disruptions in the summit and cause the lowering of those defenses so that chaos would ensue. You were set about that task, right?
The task I was given was to lower the protective barriers.
Okay. What's your next task?
My next task was to continue seeking the shard on the material realm.
Okay. So no specific direction then. So I feel like it's a pretty, so this entity definitely wants the nations of Corvair to go to war with Droiam. That seems like it's very much something they're angling for.
The origin of its corruption was from Zoriat, so probably gauging its intents and motives is impossible at best. Maddening if you delve too deeply into it.
Okay.
Give me a quick insight check there, Milo.
Sure, I would love to be wrong about that. What do we do? Did I have a 3? Was that my insight?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. 14.
Oh no.
Just above average.
Seems about right.
Say again?
Seems about right. Your line of thinking seems about right.
So the 12 first. What time is it here?
A time.
Tuki is pretty far west. You guys woke up fairly early, about an hour. You guys had breakfast, so maybe 8 a.m. there. Fast forward probably, I would say, 7 hours ahead. So you're probably talking about 3 p.m. or so.
Oh,
Cool. Okay.
yeah, we got the. Yeah.
Let's get the 12.
Heading off to let folks know, questing an audience with at least a member of the 12.
Okay.
I will greet Erish and be a good boyfriend.
Erish is not on the ship.
Shit.
Is the ship empty? It's like no mop, no glop.
No mop, no glop. You do see Nilbo is still in there. He's in the staff quarters at the moment.
Part of the ship, part of the crew.
Yeah, currently he's sleeping. He's got one more level of exhaustion that he's got to sleep off, or is probably in the process of finishing sleeping off. So he's sleeping later in the
Good for
afternoon.
him.
Yeah, you can wake
Good
him up
job.
if you wish. But currently you still hear small halfling snores from the.
I will go and wake up Nilbo.
Okay.
I'll give him a gentle Russian. Hey, buddy. I don't mean to wake up one of my best friends like this, but
Right, we've covered this. We're not friends.
right. You're such a joker. Do you know where Erish went? I'm sorry to wake you up. Also, real quick, let's just get this out of the way. Kaushik got turned into Alhoon Mind Flayer Elithid undead. She might look. There might be a really pale squid head person on the ship. Don't worry, it's just Kaushik. Do you know where Erish is at?
It's a lot for 3 p.m. Yeah, no, it's Erish. Your paladin friend took him somewhere in Crown Home. He made the assumption you wouldn't want him around for where you're going next. So I think he's found himself an apartment in the castle there.
All right. Thanks. Sorry to disturb you.
No worries. Are we heading out soon?
You'll get some rest. We'll figure it out. So.
I have a feeling I'm going to hate that answer, but I am not going to deny some sleep.
Yep.
Off of the course, mate. Adventurous package and all that. And
Yeah,
takes
saving the
takes his little
world.
hat and you are. I'm sleeping.
You're part of the team. Best friends, Shining Vanguard. Yep. Like, shuts the door real quick.
Before he gets a chance to respond. Yeah. So, you, of course, Ganowin, couple of guards there come to attention as you walk through. you give them this. They give you the full kingly at attention.
Not dead, not kidnapped. We're good.
It's good to hear, my liege.
I bet. Anyway.
So, what is happening? What are you guys doing?
Audience with the 12 in some capacity.
Okay.
Is what I'm searching for.
I can't speak for everybody. Was Pip assigned a room? Was Pip assigned a room?
On the airship? I don't think so.
Pick one. Throw somebody's stuff out of my room now.
So, like
this one there. He's a king. Thank you.
So she'll just find maybe I guess kick up in the mess hall or something, and she's just gonna read and let them do their 12 stuff.
You can have Artyom's room. I don't think he ever used it for anything, did he?
Yeah, you always slept on the desk.
No black light. No. She is not
Pip's
going
over
in
there. She's got her. She pulls out her reading glasses. She's flipping pages on the book.
Pip sits down at the dining table, starts reading. Currently, there is a guest room, or there was a guest room actually. Mop was sleeping in it last, I believe. And then there is an open room, but in the sense that it was Melgrim's old room, and there's also Gorham's old room.
Gorham's, yeah.
There's also 2 turrets.
There are also 2 turrets.
The best place to sleep, the safest place.
I'm just saying, you're ready to rock and roll. You wake up, immediate. You're ready for action.
So you're heading off to seek an audience with the 12. How are you doing that? What are you doing first and foremost?
I'm gonna come rocking up in there.
Except for DEFCON phone. It's like get me the 12.
Get me the 12. No, I've talked to them previously, right?
You've talked to Cervelian Tetraitzi before.
I was about to say, because I thought I believe I'd send a message in whatever way I did that go around, like, hey.
Okay.
Also, I think I had been when the Milos showed up. I had been on my way to do that exact thing because we were gonna ask for their help with turning the ship invisible. So yeah, I'm like, yeah.
Just gonna go ask someone to send a message to the 12.
Yep.
You say
I
this.
can't fly, so.
You say this to someone, and they're like, you could see on their face they don't know how they're gonna do this, because again, the 12 just kind of exist as their own entity. Yes, they're parked above and in Crown Home, but they're like Vatican City. They are their own thing. But he says,
wait, I'll find one of the sending dudes.
Okay, yeah, you find a sending. So,
yeah, I'll find a sending guy and be like, hey,
yes, sir.
Just send a message to the member of the 12, Mr. I blanked on his name, Felici. He was here in this building at one point.
Yep. You can see this message guy is just crumbling under the pressure of a king looking at him, expecting a message to be sent to someone he does not know and has never seen.
Yeah, fuck's sake. All right, hold on. I'm trying to remember how was he just there?
Yeah, he just showed up.
Fuck's sake. Who was with me on when we went to the place and that came with me to speak to him first go around.
Pip, Crowley.
Pip, Crowley. Crowley! Crowley's seen him.
Those
Keep
guys
that around.
definitely think they're getting fired, by the way.
They can think that all they want. I don't care. Like, that's not even on Gandalf's radar. He's like, whatever, they can't fucking do it. It's already like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
So he doesn't even know he's stressing him out.
Their whole world is shaking and falling apart right now. But yeah, you go and find Crowley.
Crowley!
Peeks head around door.
Hey, you know that guy that we talked to on the boat when he was all fucked up?
Yes.
Can you send him a message that we need to talk to him? Or one of his buddies? One of the members of the 12?
Certainly. What would you like to send? And verbatim.
I mean, it's your voice, not mine.
In the words of
Gandalf Erwinarn is requesting an audience in regards to some arcane assistance as well as knowledge that all of you possess. I don't care about the other 4. Do what you want.
He waits in Crown Home.
It's to save the world.
He waits in Crown. Yeah, he waits in Crown Home. Sure.
Already, it's gone. It's bam.
Yeah, it works.
You send it off. You feel a sort of zapping, like a lightning hitting him almost immediately behind you. I do not appreciate to be summoned, but yes.
He's here. He just
Yes.
blinked over. God, shit, jeez. Okay, that works. The one that will, so it's not in the hall, like just the hallway.
My apologies. It was urgent.
Look, all right. You know, I know y'all are doing your thing, but I mean, a lot of shit going on. Shit that's going on with Droim. Bad. But better if it can be dealt with and more or less have a war be avoided. Myself, along with the rest of the members of the Shining Vanguard, are planning to enter Droam as secretly as possible, assassinate the daughters.
You actually seem to, out of all the unfazed that this guy has had the entire time,
What?
he blinks a few times. His old sort of
Uh-huh.
bushy eyebrows arc to the top of his forehead.
It'll
Okay.
get you eventually. Okay.
It was
We're
nice knowing you. How can I assist in your inevitable demise?
Thank you for the vote of confidence. We are hoping that perhaps some among the members of the 12, or apparently the fuckload of mages you're training, could assist us with getting there and or being unseen on our vessel. We know that it can be done. We had a sailing ship that could be invisible. We did not know how difficult or how timely that may be of an enchantment.
Where did you sit? Are you in Crown Home when you do this?
Yeah, like once we got in the hall, we went to like a sitting area.
Right.
That was so we're not having this conversation just out in the fucking hallway.
He says, being unseen, I can help. This is a bit of my speciality. I need to see the vessel. Getting there, I can speak to a couple of people and we can figure something out, maybe.
If the invisibility can be long term, that would be good enough. Being able to just be there would be great, but mostly we need to be able to be there without them knowing. Is the more important of the two. Oh, jeez. Hi.
I assume
It's not
that,
taking.
that
I didn't know
Archon-
everybody. I didn't. Nobody.
I assume
don't know who
Archon
else
went
did
with
that.
you because we don't want our plans being discussed where people can scry on it. So
I mean, I don't
Tuesday.
care if anybody's there. I just nobody.
I
else
assume
said
that-
anything.
I assumed Milo was there in case anything needed to be explained about other shit.
Would y'all
What-
have wanted Koshik to stay back at the ship?
I mean, you're.
Just
If
whatever
I'm
you want to
if
do.
I'm walkie-talkie, do y'all want me to hear what y'all are walkie-talkie
That's a good point.
about?
Yeah, stay back in the ship.
I figured, yeah.
That's a fair point. We're still unsure on
So
that.
Koshik's just in a room on the ship.
Okay.
Just doing. Whoa.
He's just hanging out, getting drunk, sitting in the back of your muzzled skeleton horse.
Does Koshik have a book?
I don't believe so.
Our team has the wisdom book.
Wisdom.
Azur has con. Pip has dex.
Charlie has charisma.
Charlie has charisma.
Otto had int.
Otto had int.
The strength one didn't get assigned because
If you want
Brune.
your strength to go, Brittany.
I thought Broom took the strength one. All right.
I said that for y'all to keep it just in case.
Oh, okay.
Otto left the int book. He took the armor.
Oh.
So Koshik, you see a manual of strength on the shelf.
Wonderful! Finally, can I retcon have been reading this book in my downtime for my entire life?
You open it up and it's a bunch of pictures of like bodybuilders and stuff, just like.
Cut to Illithid flexing in the mirror. Okay, sorry. Anyways, back to reality. That's gonna send me on a Eminem spree. Okay. Yep. Kent's got it going on in his head. I do
But
too
wait,
now.
do I for real get the book or no?
That's up to y'all. Y'all make that decision.
We'll go.
Chat
y'all
about it in
do
Skype
your,
chat.
do your thing. We'll figure it out.
Monster of the Multiverse is spaghetti.
He says.
That's how I read it too.
Anyway.
Invisibility I can do. It's a part of my specialty. Getting you there and can discuss it with some of my peers is a possibility.
Do you know who Darn the Corruptor is?
I bet I know somebody who might. Which I'm going to ask him about here in a second if he doesn't know.
I have never heard the term Dern, but I have heard of the term the Corruptor before.
Okay. A guy from Zoriat, right?
In the simplest of terms that I have ever heard the Corruptor explained, that there's
Hey,
a guy
you know,
from Azoriat is a wild way of explaining what
wrong.
he is.
there are lots of people who might have gave themselves the title of Corruptor, you know, Warlord, stuff like. Anyway, this guy is in love with a indestructible rock from his plane, which is a matching set to 7 other indestructible rocks on different. I thought there were 7 total. They got 5, 2 left.
Mhm.
That's 7.
But that one in Zoriat is one of the 7.
Oh, it's part of a set of 7. He's got 5, 2 more, 1 here, 1 in Dalcor. You know what it's at? You got any idea where it might be?
I feel like this is the quickest fucking rundown of the plot I have ever heard.
All 7 get put back together. Some entity comes back that's some sort of old god that cannot be named. Just talking about them gives them more power, and they destroy the world. Darn the Corruptor is, from what I understand, leading the invasion of Zoriat to the material plane in some sort of attempt to get one of these pieces.
They are seeking something.
Yeah.
I know not of what you speak, but we can dedicate the resources to finding out.
Do that, please.
See.
No.
You had the old, I don't know if he's a coworker or what. You all used to have a buddy. Actually, my notes don't say whether it is a former, but there was a member of the 12 who specialized in Zoriat, looking into the planes of madness.
His face almost immediately sours. He is
Oh.
very clearly very aware of the name you talked about.
Okay, cool.
Quick interjection. Milo would have immediately sent a message to Artyom, basically saying,
Do not mention the entity to anyone outside of our group. The greater threats are revolving around Zoriat, perhaps, but we cannot trust them to guard their thoughts and words in a way that will not draw its attention.
Well,
And they don't have lanterns.
I'll respond to him. I kind of think we can't unfuck the turkey on this one. It's definitely coming to this plane of existence. So the more people who know about it to try and find it, I feel like the better, right?
You fucking a turkey.
No, because if it gets its attention drawn, it can stop them. Our only hope is to be as ants to it and go beneath its notice. It's
I would
awfully
like both of
small.
you to please roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh shit.
Them,
I'm
me?
really good at those.
Milo and RTM, sorry.
Oh, but not me.
25.
Cool.
They're messaging.
Ah.
I'm not messaging. I'm not responding to his message. I'm just saying it in his brain telepathically after.
23.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So clearly you know who I'm talking about. Mordain.
Indeed, I do.
Y'all talked to him recently?
Not really a contact that we keep up with. Not someone you just want to go to the beach or to the weekend for.
I know jack shit about the guy outside
wait.
of he
His
was causing
nickname
problems
is
in
the
Trollham.
Flesh Weaver.
They used to be
Oh,
the. You guys
that's
used to be the
what-
13 then? That's like cooler than the 12. Sorry.
Hey, wait a minute.
I am surrounded by
Artyom?
idiots.
Artyom?
What's up?
I actually can't remember. Did Artyom disseminate the information about his journeys when he ran into the gnolls?
It's a good question.
Yeah, I said I made some friends.
Yeah, did you tell us any of the details about that?
You know what?
Because
Yeah.
they had said they were sent by the Flesh Weaver.
In Artyom's way, he told you everything.
Okay, did he say the words that they were sent by the Flesh Weaver?
We'll leave it to a roll. 19 says yes.
Okay.
On a D100.
Fuck.
D100. He said, my friends really like weaving flesh. No.
Why is he called that? And then, yeah, hold on, you first, yeah.
Why is he called the Flesh Weaver?
Yeah. It sounds bad.
He looks at you dumbfounded for a moment.
I don't know. Is
Not
it like a
dumbfounded
physical
in
thing, or
that he
does
is
he like do
surprised.
I don't do I am not
Dumbfounded.
was it-
Dumbfounded in that he has found dumb.
Like, why the fuck you think he called the Flesh Weaver?
does he make carpets out of dried human skin? Or does he do like transfiguration magic on people?
Yes.
It's
Both.
an important distinction.
Everything that you could think of being the master of flesh as a person could do. Ordain has dealt with the magics of the Dalkir and the Vazoriat for a long, long time.
Okay, so he was more of like, he admired the shit they did. Not that he was researching them for anything like that we want to know.
He was removed from the 12 because of his research into the plains of Vazoriat.
Did he get kicked out from you guys or Fjarlin first?
What's the question? If he got kicked out from us or Fjarlin?
Yeah, because I have in my notes that he was kicked out of House Fjarlin and that he was a member of the 12.
Yes, he was a member of the 12 for a long time. I'm trying. Let me see if I have it in my notes as to which happened first. I'm pretty sure he got removed from both at the same time.
Oh, kind of at the same time?
Yes. Give me. Actually, just we'll call it this. Give me. Well, no. I'll roll it because this is him telling you.
Okay.
Okay. He looks at you and he says that they were what's the word Alex is looking for? Jesus Christ. I can't think of it. They happened at the same time when Mordain was told to stop and he did not. He was attempted to be arrested and sent to I can't believe I can't remember the name of this stuff. He says the name of a Kundarik prison that's out in the ocean next to Farlnen.
Next to Farlnen?
Not far. It's in those islands, the Lazar principalities. It's like
Is
out
it
there.
Farwatch?
No, not Farwatch. It's
No.
not. Yeah, it's a prison.
I'm looking at the islands. You got Piritar is on Orgalos. Most of these islands don't have anything on them.
Give me a second.
There's Regalport.
No, it is very much a prison name. I can't think of the name of it right now.
Oh, well, that's a rip. It is not on the map then, unfortunately. If it's supposed to be anywhere near Farlnen, anyway.
Dreadhold.
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 That's it.
That's cool sounding.
Dreadhold.
And also kind of scary.
He says, in an attempt to send him to Dreadhold, no one could keep him still for long enough. No restraints, nothing. No mind control, nothing. This is when he found his oh my god, my brain is so not fucking working here at the end. His asylum in Adroam.
His would you say it's his tower?
I assume he probably, yes.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of something different. I think. Okay. Okay. Do you think it likely then that he is probably more likely to be, if he knows of Zoriat's coming, that he is in cahoots with them then, or would be likely to be?
I think it would. Not to say that I was ever close to Mordain. Not a
sure
warm personality of a person, but if someone knew something, it would be him.
But he's not likely the one to talk.
Most likely not.
Gotcha. Balls.
Not willingly.
And sounds kind of hard to make him, so.
Find something he wants. Bargain. That would be the best way.
Artyom.
Yeah.
You said you found some knolls near the Baishik Mountains, right?
Yeah.
And they said they were sent there by the Flesh Weaver?
Yeah. There's plenty of those in Droium. We can find them and maybe see what they're looking for and strike up a deal with them, I guess.
Maybe. I mean, if he was looking for just information, because we know that the Baishik Mountains, that's where Grinchroak came from, the professor, who was driven mad.
Correct. I mean, we can go to the Baishik Mountains in the morning if you want. We can be there in the flesh.
Show me the vessel you're attempting to make this journey on.
Yeah.
That the Shining Vanguard.
Yeah, he said you took a guys in a room somewhere.
Yeah, so we lead him back out.
Bring him to the airship. He looks around at it, and you see him knocking on the wood ship. He said not the right spot. He goes to the other side of the ship. Here we go.
What the fuck is he doing?
And you see him knock twice, and like a hexagonal mirror flips out of place. And as it does, hexagonal mirrors all beside it start flipping and flipping and flipping until they're all reflecting what's around. And the Stormbringer becomes invisible.
Oh, well, I mean, that works, yeah.
Cool. All right.
Got a good way to, undo and redo at will, or?
I can do it when you come back. If you come back, I don't think I see you again after this, but.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's in your best interest to hope that we do.
I don't mess with the hope, but okay. I'll see you if you come back. If you do not, I don't.
Okay. Cool.
1 second, please. And he starts sending messages. If you guys want to do something in the meantime.
All right. Well, I guess that's taken care of.
Yeah.
He shushes you over his shoulder and goes back to his messages.
We need to do a few things before we go.
Mm-hmm.
First, I need to make those adjustments to the mansion, and
sure.
Second, I have a place where I have some things stowed.
Here?
Be anywhere. But I'd rather not. Open that door. Here.
Kind of like cuts a sideways glance to the other, to the mage.
Other wizard. The other, presumably, very high level wizard.
All right. Do we need to talk? Have any more discussions in the next few minutes?
We're planning to leave tonight.
Probably in the morning would be best.
Yeah, you look a little rough.
Yeah, I had darn the corruptor make flowers explode out of my brain. They all
Sounds
sprouted.
pleasant.
Yeah, they sprouted eyes and then looked at all the little bits in my brain. It wasn't fun.
Can
What
you
is
do
he out
that
a little
whenever?
Apparently, I don't think it was real since it's still here, but it definitely hurt a lot.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but if he can just do that whenever, we're kind of fucking screwed if he decides to do it like, when we're, doing something.
Right. Well, he said he wanted to make me his plaything, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Oh boy.
All right. I have a talk with my colleagues. We can send you to somewhere north of Eberron, or we recommend outside of the actual country. If you want to go in, that is your prerogative.
Why outside of the country?
Considering the oracle of the group.
Oh, they can't see us. It's fine.
Very well. Where inside of the country do you want to be sent?
Oh, I can get this where we need to go.
We need the ship. We need the whole ship to get there.
Oh, okay. What do
That's
you
why
got?
we were asking.
We got the map. I can show you where it's at.
Great Crag.
He just apparates a map. And
Close to there.
There. Survival check. Let's go. 26 to point to the right spot on that map.
Gotcha.
We've looked at it on a map before.
Yeah. You've also kind of seen it from very far off.
I don't think anyone's seen on the map where Archam's tree transports them.
Oh. Why are you wanting to go to the tree?
Because that's where we found people from Mordain.
Oh. I guess that's true. Are we wanting to go there, or we want to go to the Great Crag?
The concept of us being able to just go to the Great Crag and square up with the Daughters of Sorakel is batshit fucking crazy.
You think we're going to convince Mordain to help us square up with the Daughters of Sorakel?
I think the best thing that we could probably do is make a tour of chaos across Droam and destabilize their entire country. But that's...
And let them definitely know that we're there.
Sure, they gotta pin us down first, though.
With
With
the whole point of all the armies marching on Droam was the point of those, was to distract Droam from us going in the first place, so they would know that we were there.
Well, if we can get them split up and maybe jump them one at a time, that could work.
That was the plan.
Yeah. But the sisters all together, no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
and I don't think
we had that discussion.
They're not going to mobilize all of their forces to shore up, their borders until those armies are there. I mean, they'll start mobilizing now, but I doubt Fingers is going to be at the front gates in the morning.
There's a problem with that. Lucas speaks up from the side of the ship.
Hey, wait. Shit. I didn't even hear you. You're so quiet in that heavy armor. It's impressive.
The Queen of Breland has taken our distraction a little bit further than what we intended.
Oh, she's up.
Blitzkrieg. Are they already attacking?
Breland goes to war with Droam. Within the
Okay.
week.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we're all mobilizing there. We just got to go real fast. Anybody that you know, maybe friends with Quante the Orient, that maybe get our troops there a little faster.
You know what? I'm gonna use my button. Use my...
Oh yeah, use the button.
This will be the last one. I assume high or low. I assume high. Always high. All right. And you're asking Lucas, correct?
Right.
All right.
Thrain have any good connections?
Yeah.
6.
Actually, I don't know how high it had to be, but 66 is above 50.
Oh,
It's on the high end.
You know, remind me of what your question was again.
If he knew anyone that was in good with Quanti Diorian, so we could get our troops sent there quickly.
Whose troops? Who's our troops? First and foremost.
Karnath and Thrain.
Well, he looks at Gainowin for a second. Karnath is not in good with House Orion at the moment.
Also, I mean, the intent is to not actually get entrenched in a war with Droam.
That's what I thought the intent was.
Yeah.
However,
We don't actually want to start any fighting, because if we're stuck fighting them, then we're not getting troops to where we think the rifts that Zoriat will be coming out of will be.
which was why I bring the unfortunate news. She goes to war within the week.
Yeah. We wanted the news to reach Droam and then have them prepare. Because, I mean, they're not going to wait until troops are on their borders to start moving. They're going to move to have their troops there already.
Right. What I mean is that I doubt they will split up until there is imminent fighting to be had.
I think the intent is to assassinate them inside the crag.
If they are all in the crag at the same time, they're going to die.
They have. As was discussed, they are in pretty separate places within the crag.
Sure. But they are also a coven of hags. I think they could probably ask for help.
You saw how simple it was for us to relocate.
Mm-hmm. And I also know that there's a spell, and I know that that is something that can be tampered with. Which we have some people who are fairly accomplished at that. Looking at Crowley.
As much as I love this dynamic of back and forth and bickering, I am a very busy person. Where are you going to?
I mean, fine. Being somewhere, even if we can start at this near the Baishik Mountains, that's fine. I don't see any reason we can't start there, and then we could, if we.
He stops listening.
It's still
in the
way
middle of your
closer than here.
sentence. Turns back around. Very well.
We'll leave in the morning.
When you are ready, drive into the bottom of the tower.
Okay.
Is
you got
that
it.
all you need from me?
Yeah, man. Thanks
Yes,
for
it
you
is.
being
Goodbye.
so kind.
Oh, the mage army's coming well. All right.
Okay. So, do you want to go to Baishik first thing in the morning, or do we want to stop by Sharn and ask Karlaga if she knows anything about puzzle piece number 6 or 7?
How would they know?
I don't know. She's fucking old. Old people know stuff, except for me.
As far as I'm aware, they've dedicated themselves purely to the maintaining of the sigils to prevent Zoriat coming back in.
Really quickly, Karlagla's not in Sharn. She's in the Shadow Marches. Korta Hagra is.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure.
Oops.
There are two.
Yeah.
There are two members of the Gosh Claw, so I just wanted to make sure y'all were. going to the right
Karlagla
place.
also isn't old.
Yeah,
Dude.
she's not. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, Cortana.
Yeah, not old.
I meant Cortanagra, for sure.
Also, isn't she now Korta Karlagla?
Yes.
Kortalagla.
All right. So, yeah.
And I mean, if you really want to see if we can get some help from Mordain, I have no idea what he would even fucking want. It sounds to me like he would want the Zoriat here. Seems like he really wants to imitate them.
Just, looks over at Crowley. I don't know if he's already at a 100% unified front.
I would say the same.
If you can think of something, sure.
I
But if
mean,
he's on their side, we go to talk to him.
we'll have a fight. And we'll
Mhm.
live, and then we'll leave.
I think he sounds like a lot more bad news than you are making it sound like.
I do not know.
If the 12 couldn't fucking kill him when they wanted to put him down or put him away, dude just teleports back and forth like it's fucking nothing. Where that's like it's a fucking big deal for us.
I mean, he could take him like. I mean, he's been probably doing it for a long time, right? He probably
Mhm.
plopped over here, and he's doing it to make it look like it's just not a big deal. It's just appearances.
Would
I mean,
you
like
like
if-
me to take a look?
Take a look at what.
That
The possibilities associated with
or they.
Sure.
visiting him first.
Is it going to cost us
Sure.
anything?
A little bit of my time in magic.
Oh yeah.
He's
Well,
gonna say he'll cast augury.
Well, yeah. Let's do that in him. Yeah. Okay.
I figure like just strictly OOC, this might save time on some of the back and forth.
Sure. Is going to see Mordain before assassinating the daughters of Sorkel a good idea? Yes? No?
Yeah,
Ask
pretty much.
again
How,
later.
how long does it take to cast augury?
1 minute.
1 minute.
1 minute. I mean, we're right next to the ship.
You're on the ship currently.
Yeah.
We are
Okay.
now. Oh man, is it invisible while we're standing on it? So we're just looking down, going, "Ooh, that's weird."
I think probably once we cross that threshold, it's visible on the inside.
Yeah, it's like
Fucking hope so.
part of the ship, part of the crew sort of mindset. Once you're on the ship itself, you can see the ship itself.
Okay, cool. I would say that would be nauseating. You just look down, you're like, "Ooh."
Gambling, can you tell someone to like put some kind of marking on this tower so no one tries to park here?
I don't think anybody can just do that normally, but sure.
I mean,
This is like parking like at Crown Home.
Oh, okay.
Really quickly,
Olive sits out his little dominoes.
augury is not going to work in this scenario because it's a course of action that you plan to take within 30 minutes, within the next 30 minutes.
Oh, I forgot about that. That is correct.
So you could do it when you get into Droam, like when you're sort of on the way, but you're going to be there already is essentially how it's going to be.
Well, balls.
Roger that.
It would have to be a little closer to time, but
Okay.
with my diminished access to the void, looking that far ahead is difficult.
All right, I get you. Anything else?
OOC, didn't you use a bigger divination spell on Tuki Tuki?
Yes. I used contact other plane, which narratively was the same thing. But
You know what? I'll use contact other plane.
Okay. Your gift from
Oh.
Hage Shiryu?
You gonna ask a dragon?
Yeah.
Hage Shiryu punches you in the mouth just through a psychic connection. Ah!
Yeah, I will. I'll set up a series of different little pieces of metal on the deck of the ship, and out in the open air after the kind of rituals complete. A little zap of lightning just comes and hits the particular part, and then just arcs into my forehead, so I can have a chat with them.
Your mind, as I pull up the spell, extends across the planes. It's contact other plane, correct? Oh my god, high levels are just, you gotta be ready for everything.
Woo! Where's Wish
Um,
at? So we
If you
bust
could
it out.
please make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I got a plus 11. That's an 18 total.
Okay,
Nice.
very nice. I was hoping you failed. I'm just playing.
I'm insane. No.
All right. You can ask the entity up to 5 questions. You must ask your questions before the spell ends. So you have a minute to ask. The GM. Okay, that's for me. So, like one word or multiple words if I think it'll be confusing. Cool. You reach out. What are your questions?
How are you?
How you doing?
How you darn?
Oh no, she's already talking like one of them.
Darn.
How are you doing? I only really need one question, so.
Didn't fucking ask it is your response.
Man, you think you only have
No.
one question? What if the question you get, you're then like, oh, now I need more questions?
Oh, man.
Asshole.
Kit is said he only needs really one question. How are you doing?
Working.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I figured that a pleasantry would make that a little less. Okay, we're going to go and try and visit an entity known as Mordain. Do you think that would be wise to perhaps aid us in a battle against the daughters of Soragel?
Oh, fuck. I was about to...
Who the fuck is Mordain?
No,
Damn it!
actually.
That'd be hilarious.
I
Like,
think that fuck was because they just rolled really good.
Yeah. Well, it's not. It's because they rolled really good, but also by the spell, I'm a bit limited here.
just get a mental thumbs up.
Say your question again.
Would
Do I
it be-
think it'd be a good idea?
Yeah, to ask this to get aid from this person against the daughters of Soragel.
There is potential.
Balls.
Do you know if this entity has a grudge against the daughters of Soragel?
Oh.
He does not.
I say he hates him, so he set up his spot in Droam just so he could basically sit there and go clang, clang, clang.
I'm gonna rephrase that. I'm gonna say they have an accord.
Oh, they have an accord. Okay.
Oh,
Is it a
It's a
neutral?
God damn. I was like, I'm just gonna let this run. I'm gonna stop like fucking with this interaction.
Do they have a positive relationship, or is this a neutral accord? Is this a neutral accord, or is this a more positive relationship? So the second one will be the real question: is it a positive relationship? Yes or no?
Unclear.
Okay.
That's 4 real questions plus how are you if you
Oh,
wish
no,
to
that-
log back on that.
No, I'm good.
I believe that's 4, right? Oh, I forgot to count.
How are you? Is it wise to do more, Jane? Do they have an accord? You said they have an accord.
Does he have
Is
a
it
grudge?
is
And
it a
then
str-
is
yeah.
it friendly or not?
Okay. So we're sticking
Okay.
with how are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for your time. I hope the monks are well.
There's no response to it as the spell ends.
Gildoin, I can't remember. There was just the angels that wanted to kill Milo, right?
What?
Um,
The what? What to kill Milo? I wasn't there. Gano was not there for that.
oh yeah, you weren't there.
there's
What?
Milo,
few
you
enemies
did get
I've
my
made.
message, right? The angels are definitely trying to kill you. Literally,
I appreciate the message. I was
What?
well aware.
What did you do? Wait,
A lot.
did you steal one of those things from the celestial plane?
Oh yeah, y'all cut him off before he could finish listing the planes.
You said it, Irian.
I did get out Irian. Yeah, he said Irian earlier when he was listing. That was where one of the shards was retrieved from.
Also, part of their beef was with the weird, like, causing an automaton to be able to feel pain.
Yeah,
That
what the?
one wasn't me.
Oh wait,
Oh,
no,
did-
you didn't say that in character.
Yeah, this is me. This is Ian reminding people.
Yeah, they said something about you giving automatons the ability to feel pain.
Did
So
Otto tell y'all that?
He would have. Yeah, Otto was.
I thought he
I
did
thought
almost
he did.
immediately because he felt very conflicted about his father not being a good person.
Well, remember that Solar casts silence on the rest of you so he could have that conversation with Otto. But if Otto would have
Oh.
explained it later after the fact, then that's completely
No,
fine.
I thought he
At the-
specifically
at the-
spoke with us afterwards. I could
At the
be
very
wrong,
least,
though.
he would have told you. So, if nothing
Okay.
else, because you were kind of like his favorite uncle that he spoke to all the time.
Did you give a bunch of automatons the ability to feel pain and then kind of like leave them in ceaseless agony?
Oh, no, that one wasn't me. That was one of my echoes.
What's an echo?
That is a term that I have coined to refer to the versions of me from lost timelines, which is a term that I coined to refer to timelines that didn't become real, which all of this is a theory that I have been concocting myself and kind of going by the seat of my pants.
Is that really hard to do?
Which part?
Grabbing people or Milos from other timelines.
Grabbing them? Oh, I don't control them. They hate me, as you may have noticed.
They
Oh,
seem pretty sure
right,
that their experiences were pretty real.
Oh, their experiences are real.
I'm pretty cool, I'm sure, in almost any dimension. So if you were like, hey, come help me save the world, we could probably get a whole bunch of Artyom's out here to fight.
Well, I would not have access to that power any longer, regardless.
Oh, shit. That is worth a shot.
Most of my ability to interact with the void, except in the smaller magnitudes you've seen, has been stripped away.
Oh,
That cord was cut when I chose to return to assist you.
shit. Okay, well, I mean, hey, it is what it is, I guess. Alright. Well, any other discussion needs to be had, because I'm going to take this lantern with me and go see Erish for the night.
I am about to get to work on the mansion, if I could get the key from Crowley.
Okay. Well, if you're going, you need this lantern to do that then, right?
The
okay.
lantern actually functions based on a...
And he gets like really in depth about like magical frequencies or something.
Tim just thumbs up as he's walking into
Yep.
Crown Home.
And okay. Never mind.
Tasha, Kazura, and Pip reading down below deck. What is Crowley doing?
Crowley's going to actually go into the mansion with Milo, and he's going to read there.
Okay. It's like reading while someone's doing construction on your house or something like that.
That's why he insists he turns the key unless Milo has something very specific he needs.
Very clearly something Milo needs help with that's heavy, and you got it, buddy.
This is what the servants are for, man.
That's true. Actually, they can help out with that sort of stuff. What is Gain go to do?
We've got until tomorrow morning is what the plan is to set out. So, and I mean he's already told General Thorm how he wants to handle it. He will lead. He'll keep things moving in his stead. And if I don't return, job's his. So I guess it just kind of that's handled. I just want to check in on like how things are progressing, like getting an army of any sorts put together, as well as if there's been any success at unsealing the vault in a turn. Because I mean, may not like it, they're there, and maybe they can. If we can get open, maybe they can march one last time to to keep Zoriat out, and then they can rest. You know.
Okay. This will be our last percentile roll for the evening. We're gonna say that on a 50 or below, not even the slightest clue on where to begin.
Mm-hmm.
On a 50 to an 80, there is progress being made. On an 80 to 100, they have opened the tombs, and Malevinar's essence has been undone.
Okay.
On a 94.
Let's go. Holy fuck.
That dice rolled so slowly over to the
Dude,
9.
that was fucking like, it was like 10, 70, 90.
On a 94.
Oh.
General Tharum, go and speak to him. It is good that you have graced us with your presence. Next time you go to take a vacation, please let at least the guard know so we can not have a manhunt in the middle of the night, yes?
I'll do my best.
He physically calms himself down, like, he is still the king, he is still the king, he is still the king, he is still the king.
He's sitting there going, you know, maybe I want him to die on this mission.
But you ask about the armies of Aetor. Well, looking at the time, he opens up the curtains that look down upon the lightning rail station that is still in operation, albeit commandeered at the moment.
Ours now, bitch.
As you see troops of undead unloading into the city of Crownholm at the moment. Our forces are being gathered.
Good. So continue amassing them as if with the intent to attack Troam, and hopefully by the time we're getting ready to do it, we'll have a better place for them to go.
We have forces going out mostly to Reckenmark at the moment, but the western fronts will be filled. Karnath's strength will be on display.
All right. Good. Good. Thank you, General.
My liege.
I think after kind of checking on all that stuff, I mean, not much shit else he can do. He's gonna get the cowl that he got before. And he's gonna kind of strip is not exactly the wrong way, but he's gonna like dress down out of like, he's gonna, out of the +3 leather armor, like dress it. Basically, he's gonna find his old clothes. Getting those, and he's gonna spend the evening in town, basically.
Okay.
Just to be in Korth for an evening. Hopefully, he's got the cowl just in case it looks like anybody does recognize him with like out of any finery. I mean, hopefully they won't, because he's just a looking dude. But just in case, but just wanted to be in town.
Yeah, you go to the airship, get some of your old clothes off of there, like bringing them out of because I mean, you have had whatever clothes you've wanted since you have been here, essentially has been provided for you. So you have some old digs in the airship that you can grab, absolutely. Whether or not you go unnoticed, you're the king of Karnath, but it's not the modern age. Not everybody.
I mean, I can also cast disguise self if it seems like it's going to become too much. Actually, I think that's what he does. I still dress in casual clothes just in case anybody goes to if I get brush anybody, so the clothes at least will match.
Yeah.
But I'll for 4 hours, I guess, because that's how many first level spell slots I've got. And I'm not gonna go hop above that, but I'll spend about 4 hours looking like my dad.
Dope.
Just drinking, eating, just kind of existing among in the streets of Karna, or of Korth.
Yeah. Before you hop off the airship, can I get you to make a quick perception check for me?
Sure. Perception is purple. 21.
21. You're on your way out. After going and grabbing your clothes, throwing them on, disguising yourself a little bit, come back to the deck of the ship. Looks normal to you, but you know outside looking in, it's invisible, including you on top of it. And in the middle of the ship, out of place and hard to see, it's like seeing a fly from 30 feet away. Very difficult. Just a floating black dot, about the size of a ball bearing, probably.
That's a sensor.
Yup.
Huh.
Give me an Arcana check real quick.
Yeah, I mean, that's things I don't have see invisibility running right now. I don't have it.
Gandalf would probably know about sensors because of all the shenanigans with Kashek on the boat and having to use the tiny servants and all that. This is not a foreign concept.
That's a very, very good point.
Yeah.
It is not invisible.
Oh. This is, but my Arcana, even with advantage from Blood Hunter things, only 13.
Okay, yeah. I mean, with a 13, with all of your previous knowledge, I'm going to say that it's not a scrying sensor. You can tell that because those are, one, much bigger and kind of like a mirror-like orb.
Right.
So they can reflect and view in all the content around them. This is dark. And looking past it seems to warp the image ever so slightly on the opposite side of it.
How far away is it from me?
About 20 feet. This is as you're about to get off the airship. So we're sitting at it's almost nighttime at this point.
I don't know what it is. I don't feel like it's good. And I didn't say this out loud, but I had intended it, so I'm not going to walk it back. I'm currently more or less unarmed. Like, I don't have the short swords. I don't have the bow. I'm like a dagger, like just plain dagger, like on my hip, just as I'm not, don't try to mug me, please.
Right.
But I'm just going to kind of pretend like, I forgot something and go like I'm going to walk past it. And as I approach next to it, I'm just gonna point my hand. Some of the areas of the tattoos or the ritual scarring from blood hunter things are going to darken as blood is going to basically rise to the surface and coat my hand in a claw, and I'm going to basically try to stab it with primal savagery.
Okay. All right. Which arm do you use to do that?
My right arm, because it has blood in it.
Okay. All right. Well, I didn't know if you were gonna cut and let it drain. But
no, this it's like the blood, it seeps out of the area immediately underneath the scars and then rises to the surface.
Sure. Make a strength saving throw for me really quickly.
Fudge muffins. These aren't actually
touched a death orb.
entirely possible. With a plus 10, that is an 18.
Okay. First and foremost, where's your dagger on your body?
It's on my left hip. He's right-handed, so.
Okay. So one, you go, and as you get close to it, cast primal savagery. You go to hit it, and this is almost simultaneous. Your dagger, it flies towards this whatever it is, hits into it and sort of bounces off. You feel your other arm being pulled very much the same towards it. You hit it. You take God damn, that is unfortunate roll.
It's just a magnet.
For
like an
who?
MRI machine.
17. You take 24 points of force damage
Ow.
as you go to hit this, and it just starts bringing your arm, the singularity that was left onto the ship starts bringing your arm in. I need you to make another strength saving throw for me.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And I'm going to say, since this is with a brand new prosthesis, I'm going to say this is going to be a disadvantage.
It's gonna yank my arm off? That's fucked up.
Sorry, I lost that one. I need you to wait a minute. You can't make me another one. No.
Like only one. Oh wait, no. With disadvantage, 13.
We see Dandelian's prosthetic arm not yanked off, but instead yanked in, folded in upon itself and in half. And that's where we're going to end the night session.
Ow!
Thank you so much for joining us.
My
Thank you guys for
arm!
playing with me. I had a blast this evening. We are already running way over, so
My
we gotta
thumbs.
end it. Your thumbs, your arm. It's a good time here. We're doing big stuff here and across Eberron, but we also do big stuff on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the Hard Knock Dice. We stream our Whispers in the Dust campaign, DM'd by our wonderful Ian/Gandolin. So come check us out.
That's me.
No need for an exclamation mark charity anymore, as I can spam the link with a push of a button. Go donate to Extra Life. And B, do the lawful kind thing. Open your heart wallets to a really great cause. We are raising money with Extra Life once again this year, so make sure you go donate lots of money to them and save kids. Be a hero. We are going to be rating some folks, but I don't know the name of them because I don't have it pulled up for some reason.
Oh no.
However,
Monster.
Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Whispers in the Dust. It's our Weird West campaign, so our Fantasy West campaign. So just come check it out. Yep. And then on Saturdays, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do this across Eberron, where there's all kinds of weird timey-wimey and other shit happening. So check us out, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are going to be live this Wednesday. Have we confirmed that?
I don't know if we've confirmed it, so it's still up in the air. I mean, I would definitely like to, but we'll there's a little bit of discussion to be had.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect. So keep an eye, go follow us on Twitter and everything, so you can see those types of announcements. So hopefully we'll be going live, but IRL stuff happens and we can't control that. We're not going to judge anybody for that. We're going to rate our friends over at Dice Legends. Make sure you drop them a follow as well. If you're feeling it in your heart of hearts and you really enjoyed what you saw tonight, drop a sub. That'd be awesome, and it really helps us out as well. Yeah. And I think that's it. Until next time, guys. Much love. Bye.
Bye. Bye.